Welcome you to Fort Worth Christian. Steve Anthony alongside Jack Wharton here at Heather and Scott Beck Field on the campus of Fort Worth Christian School. And Jack, homecoming for Fort Worth Christian, so they obviously want to have a good showing tonight, but the Lions are trying to come off two tough losses, one to ESD on the road and one at home last week to Liberty. So they're trying to put that in the back rearview mirror and pull out a win tonight.
Steve, thanks for having me. After my self-proclaimed one-game suspension that I gave myself for last week, I know a lot of you guys might want Mark Edwards back again, but you got me again.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kansas always had to have a homecoming game as well, so it doesn't matter who they usually schedule. It's usually somebody they're going to lose to. Anyways, I feel very good about tonight's game, Steve. Sorry, I had to get confident in that one. So.
That's good to know.
And by the way, I'm battling a touch of a cold. If I sound like Sharon Gless or Kate Jackson, just feel free to
no excuses, man. No excuses, all right? No excuses. Well, here come the Lions on the field. And they are ready to get it teed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet, Cardinal fans. Our team's in the tunnel.
Waiting for the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals to come out of their tunnel.
We're excited to be here tonight.
Again, tonight is homecoming for
Let's get them pumped up.
Fort Worth Christian.
Ready to come out of the tunnel. Get loud, get proud, let them hear you.
Good-sized crowd here for both teams. Again, this is a close game, obviously, since the Grapevine Faith is just down the road.
I'm not going to lie, Steve. This is kind of a loud venue all of a sudden. The speaker system, the field's been redone since last year, or 2 years ago since we've been back here.
It's blaring right at us. Folks, I do want to let you know, if you've tried to maybe catch us on the Mixler app and tune in on the Mixler app, we have a computer issue we're trying to get resolved. We will not be able to broadcast on Mixler until that is resolved. So we are working on that. So if you have friends or family that might be trying to listen on the Mixler only app, they'll need to tune in here on YouTube. So, Jack, one of the things, and again, apologies, folks, we had technical issues getting on the air, trying to get the Bobby Holland show underway. We will post that on the Grapevine Faith YouTube channel. But one thing we talked about was, he mentioned in the pregame, or in the coaches show, was playing with a lot of emotion without being emotional. And so, the Fort Worth Christian probably be a little bit of chatter tonight, probably talking. They're trying to rile themselves up, and Grapevine Faith's got to play with emotion, but not too emotional.
Yeah, big rivalry game, Steve, even though that these teams are a little bit different size schools, different opponents Fort Worth Christian has been playing this year, too. The lot smaller teams than what Grapevine Faith has put up now. You know, granted, ESD and Liberty are much bigger schools than we are, than Grapevine Faith. But big opponents, and despite the fact that you got blown out, you may have learned a couple lessons, and you got everybody healthy, it seemed like, from those two games. So I think it's going to be a pretty good game for Grapevine Faith tonight.
Yeah, with the exception of Michael Offord, who does have some microfractures in his foot. He's out 4 to 6 weeks is what Coach Holland shared with me. The captain is going out for tonight. Trevor Williams, Ben Wagner, Nathan Triggerstead, and Clayton Sebecki. And Aiden Skiles, Cade Cropholler, try to get a couple numbers here from you for the captains here. Luke Dodd, who's their quarterback.
Steve, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm ready for that sun to go down.
But boy, me too.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, if there's a glare on the it's not too bad. Mark Edwards, our amazing cameraman, decades of training for this job.
Decades, he means minutes, but
he's zoomed in. So any complaints you have, be sure to submit those regarding Mark Edwards' camera work. Fort Worth Christian has won the toss,
And
they will receive the ball. Grapevine Faith will defend the south end zone. Wind is blowing from the south end zone towards the north, from our left to our right. We are on the visitor side. They have a old. It's actually not too bad. I'm not complaining at all. Press box here on the visitor side. We're going to have an opening prayer followed by the national anthem.
Our prayer tonight will be led by FWC Upper School Bible instructor Dr. Bo Brewer. And our national anthem tonight will be played by the Fort Worth Christian Cardinal Marching Band.
Pray with me. Our Father in heaven, we welcome your manifest presence tonight at Fort Worth Christian School. We thank you for all that you have given us. We are, without a doubt, blessed people. You chose to establish Fort Worth Christian School in 1958, and this evening we are grateful that you, O Lord, have faithfully stayed that commitment to shine like a beacon for all those who would learn of the Lord's holy will in these past 65 years. Lord Jesus, this evening we express our gratitude for the Fort Worth Christian community. We thank you for the memories and years of traditions we have enjoyed because of this institution, and for the godly men and women we have come to know here. Not only fellow students, but the dedicated servants who taught us and cared for us both past and present and brought us to this 65th year celebration. We ask your blessing on tonight's football game between Grapevine Faith and Fort Worth Christian. Lord, protect each athlete from injury. Give each team member the courage to play this game in a manner in which our words and actions are pleasing to you. Let each of us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with respect for the members of the opposing team. Now to him who is able to keep you from stumbling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy, to God our Savior, who alone is wise, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and forever. In the precious name of the only begotten Son, Jesus. Amen.
God bless America, Steve. Let's get it on.
Now, I do need to warn Jack, we have these faculty and staff. Dr. Lambro, Mr. Hall, Mr. Brooks are right below us, Jack, so we got to be on good behavior tonight.
Yeah.
And we do need to tell Barry Ford, we tell him for Ellen to watch her language tonight because the microphone's really close.
Oh, Ellen Ford had some language last night, huh? Ah.
We're good. Yeah, okay. All right, well, one thing I noticed, Jack, in the pregame, and I've noticed it already, I say pregame warm-ups, a lot of emotion, a lot of hype, just up and down by the Cardinals, and and again, we talked about this, Coach Holland stressed it, a very, not somber, but confident-looking, but not like, again, they're not overly emotional, the Lions. So,
well, I think the message should have been this week, hey, guys, we got a good football team here, but do not act like you're better than them. Right. Come out there and act like you're the worst team out there and do your best out there, and then just put your foot on their throat.
Josh Holroyd to kick off for the Lions. Cade Cropholler and Caleb Young back deep for the Cardinals. And we're ready for some football. Again, folks, if you're trying to catch us on the Mixler app, apologies. We're having computer issues. That feed will not be available until we get that fixed. And here's Holroyd to kick. Line drive kick goes down and goes out of bounds about the 5-yard line, so that'll be penalized, and the Cardinals will take over, I believe, at their 30-yard line. We'll see. I think it's a 5-yard penalty. Again, Steve Anthony alongside Jack Wharton tonight. And you're getting all the sounds of the game, folks. We're not in an enclosed press box tonight. We're on the visitor side. Open windows, open press box here. But really get the sounds and sights of the game. So,
yeah, I'm not. This is probably the loudest games we've had so far, Steve.
Yeah. When we were at the Woodlands Christian, I'll get back to that in a second. Here's the 1st and 10. Dodd in the shotgun. Pass here to the near side. And completes a Cade Crawpoller. Clayton Sebecki was out there on coverage, out to midfield, so gain of 15 yards. Clayton got tied up there and couldn't get loose from the defender that was blocking him. So Fort Worth Christian here on the move. Again, Dodd, known for his passing, 1,000-yard passer. Here's a handoff. Back up inside. Caught Corbin Urban on the tackle. Nice play by Corbin.
No, good. Well, we did a switch of the microphones there. Steve has been giving me faulty ones all year because he didn't want to hear me.
Yeah, we're both going to be sick now.
Yeah.
There's a handoff to 19. Cuts forward. Big tackle there hit by, I think, Trevor Williams. Get a number for you. Yep, Trevor Williams on the tackle. Gain of 5 on the play. That's going to bring up third down and 5 from the Lions' 45-yard line. Again, just underway here. Cardinals won the toss, elected to receive. 2 receivers here on the near side. Single step back, and Dodd in the backfield. He's looking to pass. Good protection. Rolls over here to his left. Passing downfield. And let's see if incomplete. Out of bounds. The catch was made by Grant Golly, but he couldn't keep his feet in, so
I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how he was wide open. I mean, there was 3 wide receivers about 20 yards downfield, and there was a missed assignment somewhere, I believe. So,
apologies, folks. There's a little wind here coming through our open press box. Well, that sun will be down here in about 10 minutes, and it's going to be glorious. There's Dodd on 4th down, looking to pass. Pass across the middle. Caught by Crawpoller. Nice catch by Crawpoller. Inside the 35-yard line. That's enough for a Fort Worth Christian first down.
Nice 11-yard pass play there.
So Cardinals quick to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers again here on the near side, 1 on the far side. Landon Spencer, play action. Pass to the far side. Caught by number 21. Finally taken down by Corbin Irwin and Ben Wagner. Aiden Skiles on the reception there. So here come the Cardinals again. Only 2 receivers in the pattern. There's a pitch over here to 19. Brings it to the left side. Finds a hole. Finally knocked down. Nice tackle there by Clayton Sebecki. But not until he get a gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd down and 7. There's Dodd. Pass to the far side. There's a flag down.
That's in the backfield, defensive backfield. I think that was. Now they're going to call that incomplete.
The pass was caught, but he's out of bounds.
I think you're going to have a hold here, Steve.
Let's see what the call is. Should be probably illegal procedure against the Cardinals. Not sure exactly what they did wrong, but that'll be a 5-yard penalty and back them up. They'll replay the down. Should be, unless they choose to decline the penalty. We'll see what they're doing here.
Yeah, I don't know why you decline it.
Yeah, they're going to move them back. You want to push them back for sure. So they're going to replay 2nd down. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Cardinals on their opening drive. They won the toss, elected to receive the opening kickoff. Luke Dodd, the transfer in from Gunner.
Very efficient, by the way, with just these 2 wideouts they've had all game here.
Yep. Man in motion. There's Dodd on the play action. Pass across the middle, complete to number 12. Right around the 7-yard line. That's going to be enough. He's still on his feet, and he takes it in for the touchdown. They couldn't wrap him up.
That was a little lack of tackling drills there, Steve-O.
Number 12, Tucker Ashford, the 6'4", 210 tight end.
An 18-yard touchdown pass. Number 7, Luke Dodd, and number 12, Tucker Ashford.
Well, we kind of expected, Jack, a kind of an offensive juggernaut type of game. The passing of Luke Dodd and the Cardinals, and then the run game with Clayton Sebecki, along with the passing attack with Ben Wagner. So we'll see. There's a snap. His back is good. Kick is up, and it is good.
Yep.
So,
wow, that was a little bit of a dismantling there, Steve. That was a pretty efficient drive by Fort Worth Christian. Covered it at 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
Well, one of the things we talked this week to a couple players and got their thoughts, and we'll play those here shortly. But, yeah, that passing attack, again, he didn't go deep. He went short, and had a chance to talk to Christian Corley, and here's what he had to say about this week.
I think the first way is to cover the deep balls. They love throwing goes. Most of their big plays are off goes, and we've changed our defense to cover that, and I think that's going to work in our favor.
So, Jack, one of the things that Christian said there was that, the Cardinals really like the go route, the deep route, and that's kind of what Dodd has been known for. But they just had short passes. They had a couple of slants. They had a kind of wide receiver screen, so they just kind of picked away. They didn't have to go long. And then the 12-yard pass, and then Tucker Asher did the rest by himself after he caught it around the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that may be setting stuff up for later on in the game, Steve. But the other thing that I noticed in that possession, it was right kind of across the middle, 10 yards. They had success in the passing game, 10 yards out down the middle of the field. Watch for the corners last time. I feel like that was our largest weakness so far in our 4 games, or 4 games that I've seen.
Yeah.
It has been the sides, not necessarily the middle, but we'll see what happens on this next defensive drive for the Faith Lions. But here, offensively, let's see what Clayton Sebecki can put together.
Well, here's the kick. A pooch kick short. Fair catch called for by Nathan Trigestad. He makes the catch at the 22-yard line. So Lions will take over 1st and 10.
Not very good with my rules on this fair catch, Steve, but I believe it goes. I thought it went to the 25-yard line.
I thought it did too. Yeah, I thought it did too. So a little different look tonight. Tristan Dare in at a kind of an up back position. 2 receivers on each side. Snap back to Sebecki. He's going to keep it. Rolls here to his right. He's trying to catch a seam. He's down the sideline. 1 man to beat. Finally taken down to the 45-yard line. A big run by Clayton Sebecki. Wow. And he is hurt. I think he landed on the football, Jack.
Oh, no. We don't have a backup.
Nope.
Well, Austin Cosby, here he comes. It's like you said, if you laid it on the football, he's going to need a little bit of time.
Well, we're hoping that is just just got the wind knocked out of him and nothing major. Walker Little in the game now, coming in as running back.
Yeah, you got to worry about those guys coming from behind like that. Both of them just kind of piled on the top of him.
Well, he's protecting the football, keeping it kind of in the breadbasket, and I think he just had it and hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him, and he can be back in shortly. But in the meantime, Austin Cosby coming in, and we mentioned Walker Little coming in at the running back position. Yeah, so Clayton's walking off, kind of holding his side. I'm thinking it's just he looks like he's hurting, there's no doubt. I'm not going to say he's not hurting, but I think he's going to be okay. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. That's the hope here. So he's going to sit down. Coach Ashley, the trainer, is going to look after him and see if they can't get him mended up.
Well, let's see how the sophomore does here, Steve.
Yep, Austin Cosby.
He's no 6'4" sophomore. He's a sophomore, though.
So Walker Little in the backfield. Snap back to Cosby. Inside handoff to Walker. Out over the 45. Gain of about 3 on the play.
That's a little run
there.
Call a
gain of 2. They can give him yardage to the 47-yard line. And here's Clayton Sebecki back in the game. So, well, you got to think the Cardinals were hoping that was a much bigger deal than what it was. But here's Clayton Sebecki back in. So that's good news for the Lions, obviously.
April Wharton now showing up to the game. I believe she may have been late. I don't know if she knew the game was at 7:30 or not. But
second down and 8. Ball at the 47-yard line.
Snap the ball.
Cardinals were in the zone, but Lions looking here to see if they're going to change the play up. 7 seconds left on the play clock. Clock running, 8:53 here in the first quarter. Cardinals leading 7-0. There's a handoff to Walker Little inside, and he stumbles forward for another couple of yards, called a gain of 2. So that's going to bring up third down and a long 6 at the 49-yard line. So,
boy, if you need 2 yards, call Walker Little.
right, yes, dial him up. Dial up Walker.
This is a big third down play here, Steve. I think you're in 4-down territory.
Yep, third down and 6 here. Ball at the 49-yard line.
He's offsides.
Yep. Flag down. Free play here. Ben Wagner down the sideline. Almost pulled in by Ben Wagner.
And I think that may have been.
But that should be. We'll see if we've got a offside. Yep, offside against the Cardinals.
Flag on the play. It's going to be offside. So against forward movement.
Steve is working on our electronics here, and I wanted the blessing to be that the sun will go down behind that press box faster than it should be at the beginning of this game, but it has not done that.
Well, it's right. It's between the overhang and right behind the press box. So give another couple minutes, we should be okay. Third down and 1 here for the Lions. Empty backfield for Clayton Sebecki. He keeps it right over the left side. He's inside the 45-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
That was actually fourth down.
And it is.
The guy on the – God bless America. We're going to have to go to – well, Steve's – I was just going to say –
big first down play there by Clayton Sebecki. First and 10. Lions have the ball at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. Cardinals scored on the opening drive. Ben Wagner pitched to him on a jet sweep. Trying to get free. He breaks back to this side. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Grapevine Faith. No flags on the play. Well, Jack, one of the things they talked about, one thing that I heard this week was the Cardinals were wondering how they were going to stop Clayton Sebecki. But, that was Ben Wagner on the jet sweep. He looked like for a second he had a spot. It got closed up. He cut it back to the middle field and brought it all the way to the near sideline and took it the rest of the way.
It looked like about a 5-yard gain. Then he spun back to the middle and then just took off. And again, we talked about Sebecki and Wagner being the two or half of that relay team that won the state championship. So they're fast kids.
Josh Holroyd with the extra point. That is good. So we have a tie ball game here. 7 minutes, 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Both teams scoring on their first possession. It's homecoming this week for
almost identical time of possession on that, Steve. We had 2 minutes and 5 seconds. They had 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And God has come to the stadium. He has put the sun down behind the press box. I appreciate that, Lord.
So finally, we're there. Finally, we got the
exciting game so far, Steve. Steve, we're trying to hook up Mixlers. We've got a lot.
Trying.
We've got an IT department that's come out tonight for us. Actually, as usual, it's Dad's.
We have a USB attachment. Let's see. We may not.
I think I may have a USB cord.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, thanks so much. What's your name? Steve. Hey, Steve Anthony. Yeah, Steve Epinette trying to help us out here. Yeah, all good, man. All good. Well, we tried. If you're have friends that are trying to get on the Mixler app, if you will, just let them know that the Mixler feed will not happen tonight due to a computer issue. So
no.
Student section, good turnout tonight. Coach Holland talked on the coaches show, and again, apologies, folks. We will post that on the YouTube channel. We're not able to get that to you before the game tonight, but he talked about the student section at last week's game, and they're here in force again tonight. Here's Holroyd with the kick. Cade Cropholler watches it go through the end zone, and so that'll be a touchback.
I'm going to run out of paper if we're going to have this quick of a drive, Steve.
I will say, Jack, I'm really impressed with the yardage markers and downs markers that the Cardinals have.
Yeah.
The line to gain, they've got an electronic board, and it tells how many yards there are to gain. He plugs in the yardage. It's pretty cool. So here's the Cardinals. A couple of tight ends. Here's a man in motion. It's Cade Cropholler. There's a little screen over here to Cropholler here to the near side. Escapes one tackle. Cuts back towards the middle of the field, out close to the 30-yard line. So a gain of about 4 on the play. Jake Ford and Trevor Williams, Corbin Irwin, a couple of guys in there on the tackle.
Saw Jake Ford last night. It was very exciting to see him. Nice young man out there cheering on the JV last night.
Up top, there. There's a pass caught. Big number 34. He's out close to the 45-yard line. So big gain on the play. That was number 34, Bryce Bradley, 6'2", 207 senior. But I don't know if I'm going to give him 6 foot. I'm going to give him way more than 207 on the Jack. There's no way he's 207. He's more like 240. Here's Dodd rolling to his right, looking downfield. Keeps the ball, runs out of bounds at midfield. So gain of about 5 on the play. Dodd smartly kept it and just ran with it. Nothing downfield, so good coverage by the line secondary. Jack, this is going to be kind of one of those bend, don't break type of games, I think, defensively. So you can see who can stand up to the test and make a stop.
Yeah, I think if you're going to let this happen, then you're going to make sure you're going to have to score. So
tight formation for the Cardinals. Brings a man in motion. That's Bo Pearson. There's our handoff, number 15, right up the middle. Tackle made by Trevor Williams. And he stumbles forward with a gain of about 4 on the play. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and long 1.
These guys are falling forward for 2 or 3 yards.
What's that?
They're falling forward for 2 or 3 yards every time.
Yeah, they've got some stout running backs here. We really expected to see the air attack. And, again, Dodd has made some passes. They've been 15, 20 yards downfield. We've not seen the big home run play. Here's 3 receivers in the pattern. 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 46-yard line of the Lions. Here's Pearson in motion again. Keeper by Dodd. He's out inside the 45-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. That'll move the chains.
Nice 5-yard pick
down
up
to
there.
The 42-yard line. Again, folks, you're going to hear the sounds of the game. We're in an open-air press box here on the visitor side here at Fort Worth Christian, which we appreciate the opportunity to be down here. Again, the great crowd on both sides. Here's Dodd back to pass to the far side. Wrapped up a great tackle by Ben Wagner. And they're going to give him about 5, we'll call it 4 yards on the play. They'll call it 5. All right, 2nd down and 5.
Boy, that was a long pass for 5 yards.
Ball at the 37-yard line. Snap back to Dodd. Pitch to 19 on that side. And finally taken down. He gets inside the 35-yard line.
That's about a 3-yard gain on that one, Steve.
Corbin Irwin in on the tackle as well as a couple of other. Matthew Rotella, Kirschbaum on their tackle as well.
This is a big 3rd down here, Steve.
Yep. Dodd back to pass. Rolls to his right. Plenty of room. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. Runs out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's going to move the chains. Hayden Jobe coming off for a breather.
He's out of bounds at the 27. It's a gain of 7. And another Fort Worth Christian 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball at the Lions' 27-yard line.
This defense really needs to step up here, Steve.
Dodd looking downfield. Short pass. In and out of the hands of Grant Golly. Falls incomplete. We're switching up headphones. Jack's trying to get me sick. I get it, Jack. All right, 2nd down and 10. It's a man in motion. There's a pass out to the right side in the flat. Still on his feet. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Wrapped up by a bunch of Lions. And they blow this forward progress dead at about the 16-yard line. But that is enough for another Cardinal 1st down.
Well, I mean, they're not getting big yardage on these things, and they're just kind of, it's run after catch.
Yep. Just kind of chipping away. Here's Dodd back to pass on 1st down. Pass here to the far side. Complete to number 21, Aiden Skiles.
flag down on the field.
There's a flag down, yep. The head linesman, they're going to say offsides. Let's see. Yep, offsides against the Lions. Hold on. I think he's trying to he signals offsides, but I think he meant to give a different signal. Let's see what we got here. Referee crew trying to get it right. Yeah, so false start against the Cardinals. False start against the Cardinals. That's going to take that ball back 5 yards. The Cardinals trying to hurry up and line up. So that's going to back the ball up. Coach Gunn's wanting to know exactly what happened. That'll back the ball up 5 yards. So bring up 1st and 15. 4 minutes, 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. We're tied up at 7. Cardinals scored on the opening drive. They won the toss, elected to receive, and they took the ball all the way down the field. And then the Lions came back and scored on their opening drive. So we're tied at 7, inside of 4.5 here. Pass to the far side.
That's a hold. There we go. That's going to be a hold.
Flag come flying in.
Woo!
This is complete to Kate Cropholler, and Jack Warden and the official on the field both called a hold.
I mean, you can't have 2 guys holding a guy like that and not get it called. So,
yep, it was a little obvious. So that's going to back it up another 10 yards, bring up a 1st and 25. Again, stands pretty much packed on both sides. There's a few empty seats on the season ticket side for the Cardinals. But for the most part, almost all of the guest stands over here on the visitor side for the Lions is pretty full. So 1st down and 25. Luke Dodd back to pass. Has protection. Pass complete to Skiles on the far side. Finally knocked out of bounds. Christian Corley on the tackle. Tammy Peden, the most amazing gal on the planet, bringing us a hot spot. Thank you, Miss Peden. You're a rock star. So you're good.
Okay, so
here's Dodd, back to pass here to the near side, complete to Grant Golly. Wrapped up, ball inside the 15-yard line, so it's going to bring up a long 3rd down play here.
whichever you need.
Also number 12, Fallon Abercrombie on the tackle.
There's a Spencer down, complete inside the 5-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Cardinals. Jack, like you said, they're just kind of chipping away. No huge, big run or big pass plays. They just kind of short passes, kind of dumping it off. And
that was a timely called run. It almost looked like we were a little disorganized out there, Steve. Probably needed a timeout defensively there.
So 1st and goal, ball from the 2. There's a handoff, cuts it back up the middle, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown, Cardinals.
A 3-yard run for the senior, number 19, Landon Spencer.
Yes. Thank you so much, David.
Thank y'all. Sweet.
So the Cardinals scoring on their first 2 drives. There's a pitch back and up a swinging gate. Pass back to the end zone. Complete to number 34. So a 2-point conversion is good.
2-point conversion is good. Flip Dodd to number 34, Bryce Bradley.
Well, Steve, I think the last 3 plays on that defensive stand, including that 2-point conversion, we looked disorganized and almost we didn't even know if we had 11 players out there, it looked like. I would have called timeout on that 3rd down play. But
well, the Lions trying to find some answers on defense. Again, they can come back here and score on their next drive here, tie the game up, or at least get it within 1. So we'll see what happens.
Here at Barrow Field. Cardinal fans, join us in support for
Again, homecoming this week for the Cardinals. Lions trying to spoil that if they can.
Well, and the other thing, too, is, excuse me, I mean, everything that Fort Worth Christian has done has just been methodical on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And they're actually giving you yardage. I mean, we've gotten, this is a lot of penalties for the first quarter for a team. At 25 yards of penalties for Fort Worth Christian. And we have not really taken advantage of it defensively. I mean, because a lot of it came on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they had 15 yards in penalties just on that drive right there.
He
They
gave
had
up
first and 25.
Yeah, he gave up his first and 25. I mean, that's backbreaking.
Nope. Lions trying to find some answers on the sideline with Coach Trey Dickert. In the meantime, Cardinals here to kick off. Ben Wagner and Clayton Sebecki deep. A pooch kick. Ben Wagner's going to receive it at about the 22. Kind of trips up, gets out over the 25-yard line to about the 27, where the Lions will take over first and 10. Again, folks, if you have anybody trying to listen on the Mixlr app, or you have friends that normally listen or family members, let them know that our Mixlr feed is down tonight. We apologize. Hope to get that back up for the next game in 2 weeks. Only on the YouTube feed tonight, so apologies for that if you were trying to get us on the Mixlr app. So first and 10 for the Lions, starting at their own 28-yard line. Walker lit on the backfield, two receivers split to each side. Typical formation here for the Lions. Sebecki on the keeper, brings it here to the near side, cuts it back up the middle of the field. Gets out over the 30-yard line.
I think you're going to see there's a little bit of an extra fall down on top of Sebecki. I think you're going to see a couple of those tonight.
Yep. So gain of 4 on the play. If you are listening or watching tonight on the YouTube stream.
Mark didn't say stuff like that last week, did he?
He did not.
He's not critical of other players, of the other team, is he?
If you're watching the game tonight, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know. 817-980-7994. 817-980-7994. Rick and Pam Jensen. Jensen Anthony's grandparents watching from Jensen's Casa de Sol in Richardson. There's a pass to the far side. Complete. Ball is loose on the ground. And they call that a completed pass and a fumble. So, yeah, they call that a completed pass and a fumble. So, Sebecki family watching from Vernon Hills, Illinois. You know, with Sebecki's got a big contingency that usually watches. Third down and 11. Here's Sebecki. Pass here on the near side to Ben Wagner. And by Ben Wagner. There's a penalty flag down.
It'll be offensive pass interference, Steve. It's crazy that he caught that. He was double teamed. I got it. He really actually didn't really push off that much. They're going to call it every time when you see the hands kind of move away from his body like that. But it was pass interference.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so offsides against the Cardinals, pass interference against the Lions. Those offset, so they're going to replay third down and 11. Gigi Corley, Christian's grandmother, watching from Clovis, New Mexico. Tyler Burke, Coach Burke, tuned in on the way. He's on his way to Colorado, saying, let's go Lions. Coach Burke, great to hear from you. Officials are going to talk this over for a second. And the Fort Worth Christian coaches want to know what's going on as well.
I really hate this, the whole we don't know what we're doing refereeing Mark there. Steve.
Well, I'll give them this, Jack. They want to get it right? So we'll give them that, right? So third down and 11. Lions from their own.
They're even piping in music over there. That's not even the band playing over there.
So timeout called by the Lions.
Yeah, they're piping in music over there. They got a whole band, and they can't even play it. They're just piping in music. Come on, Fort Worth Christian, get your stuff together.
Coach Ware having a word with the referee. I'm not sure exactly what he's arguing. I think he's talking about that pass interference call.
Well, it really probably could have not been called, but at the same time, you saw Ben's hands come up on his shoulders and then make the catch like that. They're going to call it every time.
Another Sebecki fan, Mimi Sebecki, watching from McKinney. Says, go Clayton and go Lions. We're with you, Mimi. So now Coach Holland getting an explanation from the referee. Almost except for Coach Dickert, all the coaches are over there.
You don't want Coach Dickert over there.
No. All the coaches over there talking to the officials. The officials are now talking it over. But the Lions did take a timeout. 2 minutes and 1 second left here in the first quarter. Cardinals leading 15-7. They've scored on both of their opening possessions, went for 2 on the last one, and were successful in that. So they lead 15-7. Lions on their second possession, they marched down in their first possession 75 yards, or 75 yards plus for a score on a long run by Ben Wagner on a jet sweep to put them on the board. So 15-7. Again, just over 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Big crowd tonight. Homecoming here at Fort Worth Christian. Big rivalry game between these two teams. A non-district game, but definitely a rivalry game. Yeah, Jack, that's not the crowd. They're piping in music and chants, and yeah, that's coming from the speakers. Interesting. Here's Sebecki back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, grabbed the face mask. There's a penalty flag down. That'll be a first down. Yep. So they're piling on. And, yep, big sack for the Cardinal defense, but a personal foul. Yep. So that's going to be an automatic first down for the Lions. We'll take it. The Cates family watching and listening. Appreciate you, Cates family. Thanks for the compliments. Love you listening in here. And we mentioned Mimi Sebecki. I don't know if I mentioned her or not, but Mimi Sebecki watching from McKinney. We talked about the Sebecki crew from Vernon Hills, Illinois, but Mimi Sebecki from McKinney. So, grandson just got face mask there, but he's okay. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 42-yard line. Just inside of 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Lions trailing 15-7. Pass. Play action. There's a pass for Ben Wagner. Overthrown. He had a couple of steps on the defender, and Sebecki just barely overthrew him. Clayton wants that throw back.
They single coverage over here, and Ben had him. He just didn't get on the outside shoulder like he needed to.
Well, Nathan Trigestad dinked a little wide receiver screen over here, and had single coverage, like you said, for Ben Wagner, and he had a couple of steps on the defender. Ben out of play here. 2nd down and 10. Lions from their own 42. Sebecki on the keeper, out over the left guard, and he's out over the 45-yard line. Out to the 46. I don't see the other. So the other side had him at the 47. This guy had him at the 46. So they're going to take the 46. Brings up 3rd down and 6. The Lions need to get to the Cardinals' 48-yard line.
I mean, and I know you said it earlier, but the crowd here on both sides is very loud. It's hard, we're in this open press box, so it's almost hard to hear Steve talking to me right next to me.
Yeah, we're right next to each other, and it's difficult to hear. So snap back to Sebecki. He's going to keep it. Cuts back inside. Out well inside Cardinals territory. Still on his feet. Close to the 45-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Lions first down.
I like that, Steve. The backers came back off the line. They showed blitz, and then they backed up a little bit. And I mean, you give Sebecki a 2 or 3 yard run, he's probably going to get 6 or 7 on it. And he got 6 right there.
Sebecki or Wagner get in the open field. It is church. And they're trying to get the ball in their hands out in the open field. And I think the Cardinals are a little bit worried about trying to stop Sebecki. Offensively, they've had answers. But defensively, they're still trying to shut him down. Back to Sebecki. Pass this time to Nathan Trigestad. Trying to get out. Oh, the ball is loose. And the Cardinals pick it up and land on it. So a little screen pass to Nathan Trigestad. He was trying to shake the defender and just couldn't hold on to the football. So the Cardinals take over in Lions territory at the Lions' 46-yard line. So, Jack, I talked before the game about the Lions kind of having a very, not somber mood, but somewhat of a pretty stoic, I guess is probably the better. I'd be okay if they showed a little emotion now. Again, don't play emotional, but show some emotion, and you're going to have to start making some stops.
Yeah, now they got to make a stop, and they haven't been able to do that so far.
So here's the Cardinals. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side with a single setback next to Dodd. Snap back, Dodd looking to pass. Thrown to the near side, in and out of the hands.
Couldn't have been his first option,
Bradley.
Steve.
Well, he had Golly, was on kind of a post route, and Christian Corley had good coverage there. So Pass intended for Bryce Bradley. Falls incomplete.
You're in a reserve parking spot. One of our booster club members, and you do need to move your car. Thank you.
So here's Dodd. Again, 3 receivers now on the far side, 1 on the near side. Single setback next to Dodd in the backfield. 2nd down and 10. Dodd rolls to his right. Pass downfield. Overthrown. Intended for Timmy Wright. Ball falls incomplete.
Maybe they're finally figuring this out, Steve. I mean, they look pretty good defensively on that. I mean, they weren't giving them any options on those first 2 pass attempts.
Yeah. 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clock stop. Your Lions trailing 15-7. They had a drive going, just fumbled the ball, and the Cardinals took over with good field position. Trying to convert here on 3rd down and 10. 4 receivers in the pattern, 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. The man in motion. There's Dodd looking to pass, play action. Hold! Yep, there's a hold over here. Pass is complete. Oh, incomplete. Ball falls incomplete. But a hold.
I called that from up here, Steve. Sorry about that, fans.
Yes.
I was a little loud on that.
If your speakers just broke, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. Jack got excited. And we'll see what what Holland wants to do. All right, so Holland's going to decline the penalty. That's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the punt team. I would not put it past Fort Worth Christian to not punt here, but they do have the punt team out, waiting to see exactly what happens here. Ben Wagner going back deep. 26 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lions trailing 15-7. Jackson Beck back to kick. We'll see if they follow through on it. High snap. He is barely gets the kick away. Almost.
That's
a great punt. Holy cow. Ball hits at about the 5 and kicks back. Down at about the 10-yard line or so. Yeah, that was a great punt by Beck. So the Lions will take over 1st and 10. 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. Again, your Lions trailing 15-7. Cardinals won the toss, elected to receive. And they took the opening drive, their opening drive down to score. Went for 1. And were successful on that.
If Steve's talking to me, I don't know. He's only 3 feet away. He moved away from me. So
Sorry.
That's okay.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 10-yard line. See if they can put a sustained drive together here, Jack. Snap back to Sebecki. Just slant route by Ben Wagner, complete out to the 20-yard line. That'll be enough for a 1st down and move the chains. Nice pass and catch there from Sebecki to Ben Wagner.
I like that pass play there, Steve.
Yeah. We normally see Ben on that fly route or a deeper post route, but he did that little quick slant. And I'm with you, man. Give him the ball and see if he can't shake a couple tackles and take it to the house.
You know, I think it was ESD that ran that play, a little bit of a slant pattern against us last week.
Yeah.
And then they flooded that zone. They brought another guy over on, kind of ran the flat.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Fort Worth Christian Cardinals 15, Grapevine Faith Lions 7. You're watching Grapevine Faith Football here on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network. We are back here at Heather and Scott Beck Field on the campus of Fort Worth Christian School. This non-district rivalry matchup here between the Cardinals and your Grapevine Faith Lions. Cardinals leading 15-7 after the first quarter. As I mentioned, the Cardinals won the toss, elected to receive, took their opening drive down, went for 1 and were successful. The Lions came back on their opening drive on the preceding
This appears
kickoff.
to be a bigger crowd than we had at home sometimes, Steve.
Yep.
I mean, good turnout.
Yeah, again, with the exception of, interestingly enough, a few empty seats for the season ticket holders on Fort Worth Christian sides. The rest of the general stands on their side are pretty full.
Yeah, empty seats on Twitter. Would like to see a picture of that. Or X, I guess they call it now. Steve.
Yeah, whatever it's called. I can't keep up. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their 20-yard line after that pass and catch from Clayton Sebecki to Ben Wagner. A little different look. Tristan Dare, kind of an up back, kind of a, I don't know, Jack, would you call that a tight end? I don't know if I'd call that a tight end or what, but
yeah, I guess you would.
Kind of a lead blocker for their Sebecki, which I like. There's Sebecki around the right side, cuts it back up the sideline, taken out over the 30-yard line. So first down play by Clayton Sebecki.
Oh, wow. Kind of looked almost short by a yard on that one, but we'll take it.
I'll say this, Jack. If I'm a defender and I got Tristan Dare coming down on me full speed, I want no part of that. No part of that. Thank you. So 1st and 10 from the Lions from their own 30-yard line.
Oh, he's offside.
Yep, offside. Should be a free play here. Sebecki going deep to Ben Wagner. Ben goes up and makes the catch. Again, an amazing catch. That should be that is going to be an offside. That play is going to stand, Jack. Ball all the way to the Cardinals' 40-yard line.
That one looked very similar to the one we had over here, Steve.
I was going to say.
But I don't know. Maybe that was the discussion they had with the ref earlier, and that gave them the benefit of the doubt on that one.
So just underway here in the second quarter. Cardinals leading 15-7. Lions on the move, though. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Cardinals. Snap back to Sebecki. This time brings it to the left side. Cuts up the middle. He's up the middle of the field. Out inside the 25-yard line. Another first down run by Clayton Sebecki.
Boy, I feel like we're seeing a lot more inside run by Sebecki than I'm going in the games I saw, because I didn't see last week's game entirely. But there's a lot more inside run getting yardage on Sebecki. I felt like in the first 4 games I saw, he was having, or first 3 games, he was having to get around the outside edges.
Yeah, we saw more around the edge for sure. Yeah, last week, dude, there was not much running room anywhere, outside or inside. 1st and 10. Lions look they might be changing the play up here. Sebecki on the keeper, right back up the middle.
God, did you see that claw come over the top? It looked like I don't know where that big fella came from.
Tucker Ashford on the tackle there for the Cardinals. Gain of, we'll call it a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, the neat thing about that little yardage deal, it's sensing how far apart they are.
No, he sets it.
That's neat technology.
He sets it.
Oh, he does?
He sets it. It's manual.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that advanced. I mean, it's advanced, Jack, but it's not that advanced.
Okay. That's why America's so great, Steve.
Just another flag down. Ball thrown up for Ben Wagner. Falls out of bounds, but it should be another offside by the Cardinals.
I saw a play the other day that reminded me of that. Fake punt. Punter takes the ball, throws it up like it's a punt, and they got a pass interference. It was the Eagles-Broncos back in the 80s. Very interesting play. But that's what I think you got to be looking at. Those refs aren't looking for that pass interference defensively sometimes, and offensively it looks like they're going to get that. So,
offsides against the Cardinals. It's their 2nd or 3rd of the night already. So 2nd down and 3 now. So after an incomplete pass, the Lions to take advantage of that penalty. Ball at the 17-yard line. There's Sebecki looking to pass. Good protection. Pass across the middle. Complete to Noah Smith. Touchdown. Touchdown Lions. Noah Smith's first touchdown.
That was a pretty good pass and catch there.
That was a great, right across the middle, Noah Smith, knowing he might get clocked.
Another thing we didn't see in the first 4 weeks is as much time as he's getting in the backfield to throw the ball. I think this is a very good this is a very good mix of plays that we've got drawn up this week. I see a lot more Sebecki run, and I see a lot more balance on the passing game.
Agreed. Yeah, they're using that run effectively. They've got to keep the linebackers and the safeties honest on that run, and it's opened up some holes. Lions going for 2 here now to trying to tie it up. Sebecki on the keeper, and he's not going to get in. They're going to stop him short. So 2-point conversion is no good, so the Cardinals remain in the lead 15-13. 10 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the first half. at Fort Worth Christian School. Fort Worth Christian Cardinals homecoming this week. Rivalry game here. Yeah, a great catch there by Noah Smith, man. Just really, really solid.
Yeah, and you know, Noah was out for a couple games, but we really didn't see much of him across the pattern like that. It was more of a toss and try to use his speed for some yardage. But
yeah,
that's a lot better play there. And I like that play a lot better, especially with the slant with Ben. We were seeing some success with it at the ESD game, and then we kind of went away from it.
Yeah.
And, you know, you start throwing that slant, and then you got an out pattern. I mean, it just changes the dynamic pretty quickly.
Yep. Well, it definitely keeps them guessing.
These are 18-year-old kids. They're not that smart.
Right? Just keep it simple. Well, I'm with you, Jack. Most of Noah's action has seen like a kind of a flanker screen. That's really the first kind of in slant pattern that we've seen from Noah. And he caught it about the 4-yard line, 3-4-yard line, got hit, and fought his way into the end zone.
I would have liked to see the slant on that 2-point conversion.
Yep. Our awesome cameraman, Mark Edwards, pointing out the beautiful sunset. God's handiwork in action tonight here at Fort Worth Christian. Beautiful sunset there, Mark. Good catch. Here's Josh Holroyd to kick for the Lions. And it's an onside kick. Jack's favorite play. And
I'm reminded of that money ball, Steve, where they say if they want to butt the ball, just take the ball, throw it to first, take the out.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you
They're giving it to you.
Why don't you just tell them, just put the ball on the 40, we're going to give it to you. The percentage of a onside kick is so low. That's why they don't do it all the time. They only do it when they have to.
I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Sorry, folks. My rant is done.
Cardinals take over there at their own 46-yard line with good field position. Cardinals leading 15-13. 10 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the first half. There's a handoff on the inside. Out inside the Lions territory to about the 48-yard line. So about a 6-yard gain. Nice run there by Landon Spencer. I will tell you, Jack, if I'm the Lions, man, I wouldn't sleep here because the Dodd is known for airing this ball out. And
it's pretty funny. The fans of Fort Worth Grapevine Faith have let loose some Angry Bird balloons across the field.
There's another handoff to Spencer here on the near side. Wrapped up. Good play there by Trevor Williams. But inside the 45-yard line to about the 44, that's going to be enough for a Cardinals first down. Two receivers on the far side. There's Dodd looking to pass. He is looking deep. He's got a man open. Caught by number 21. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Aiden Skiles. There's that big passing attack we talked about, Jack. And I just said, man, you can't fall asleep. They're doing some of these little smaller runs and smaller patterns, and there's Dodd right on the money. Yeah, I'm with you. A short field doesn't do you any good. Giving your opponent a short field is not probably the best course of action. We'll see what the Cardinals do here. They kind of line up in a swinging gate type of formation. And
I kind of feel like that was a looked at the tape against DSD kind of play too. That happened against DSD 2 or 3 times.
So the Cardinals are going to go for one here. Snap is good. Oh, it's blocked. Cardinals trying to step on it, and they do. They do fall on it. Not step on it, fall on it. So blocked extra points. There's a little bit of momentum. You get a little something there.
Well, and that, you know, I'm thinking back now to the 2-point conversion we went for. It reminded me that I was out at Tech, and I'm like, it's the first quarter. It doesn't matter. Or second quarter, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Where you're really worried about that is in the second half.
Right.
Then you start chasing the points. I don't know why you went for a 2-point on that one either. But
yeah,
I'm just getting back to thinking about now you've got the block punt or block extra point. Now you're only down 7 if you had kicked the extra point. Can't go back.
Yeah, there's times you overthink that sometimes, but again, some momentum there. You saw an energetic, enthusiastic Lions group coming off the field there. Michael Alford, the senior, he was our focus on our Stories of Faith a couple weeks ago on the sideline, out for 4 to 6 weeks. Just an amazing young man. He's right down there in the mix, encouraging the guys and talking to the coaches, talking to the trainers, and trying to do his part to help as best he can. Be excited to have him back soon. So Cardinals lead, 9 minutes, 38 seconds left here in the first half. They're up 21-13. Long touchdown pass of about 40 yards there by Luke Dodd to Aiden Skiles. And the extra point attempt was blocked. So you got to wonder, Jack, going forward, is Fort Worth Christian just going to go for 2 from now on? They were successful on that. So we'll see. Now the kicker has laid. Okay, now he's going to come back. He's laid the ball on the tee sideways. So
I feel like Steve's Bob Euchre, and I'm that guy that I got nothing else to add here.
Jackson Dykes to kick off. Ben Wagner and Clayton Sebecki deep. Ben Wagner expecting a kind of a pooch kick here, and we'll see what they do. The wind is at their back, and there's a pooch kick to the other side. Caught by Noah Smith. Ball is on the ground. He finally falls on it. And piled on there.
Next kick, fielded by number 9.
Thought the ball was dead when he was on the ground, but I guess not. Hit Noah in the hands. He got big wide-eyed, saw the guys coming at him, and but he falls on it. So the Lions retain possession at their own 33-yard line.
I know they're trying to kick away from Sebecki and Wagner on that, but that's almost an onside kick there if you catch it and run with it.
Right. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Lions from their own 33-yard line. There's Wagner, jet sweep, cuts it back inside looking for a block, gets a couple of blocks, still on his feet, breaks a tackle, reaches to the near sideline, finally taken down, but not until he gets a Lions first down. Big run there by Ben Wagner on the jet sweep.
Oh, he got a hold on that. Now, you're going to have to explain to me how the play is coming away from the guy that calls it on that side of the field. How can he see that?
I don't know.
Unless it's a backside hold, and that's where his flag is. So,
and
if you're the guy holding, why are you holding?
Head linesman on this side didn't call it. The referee didn't call it. The umpire didn't call it. But the line judge on the far side of the field was able to see that. So great. For your optometry needs, be sure and see his eye doctor, whoever that is.
Well, I don't know why you're holding on that side of the field. If the play is running away from you.
Coach Ware is given an earful. Now, Jack, I do not see Bobby Holland on the sideline.
Right here? No,
No,
that's not him.
that's Coach Kim, the
What did happen to Bobby
special
Holland?
teams. Coach Ware is out all over the officials. Can't say I disagree with him.
Oh, he's right here on the bench, Steve.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, yeah. 1st and 20 here for the Lions. Yeah, Coach Holland talking to the defense and a couple of the secondary players. 1st and 20 for the Lions. Ball back at their 23-yard line. There's Sebecki on the keeper. Back up the middle. Still on his feet. Catches a couple of blocks.
That's a good carry right there.
Stumbles out over the 30-yard line. So got almost all of that penalty back. No flags on the play that time, though, Jack. So that's good.
That's always a good start to a drive, Steve.
Try not to sound like a homer, but I'm with you, man. I look, if it's one that everybody in the stadium can see, I'm fine with that. But when an official on the complete opposite side of the field sees something through 22 players plus 5 other officials, man, that's incredible eyesight. 2nd down and 12. Ball at the 31-yard line. Pass by Sebecki. Falls incomplete. Intended for Ben Wagner. Hit right as he, again, that little in route, hit right as he was catching the ball. So ball falls incomplete.
That was a really good defensive play. I think that really, the hit jarred that ball loose, not necessarily a drop pass.
Yep. Remind you, stick around at halftime for our Stories of Faith. Opportunity to visit with Faith family Bryce and Michaela Ruiz. Hear their story. 3rd down and 13. Ball at the 31-yard line of the Lions. Trying to keep this drive going. 8 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the first half. Sebecki looking to pass. Chased out of the pocket. Rolls to his right, looking downfield. Pass complete to Ben Wagner.
No good.
And with a little help from the Cardinals coaches, that ruled incomplete. So 4th down. You got to believe the Lions would punt it here, Jack. You would think. The offense is still on the field.
Well, Knox Wharton did not suit up today, so he will not be able to punt for the Lions.
Or this season, Jack. We need him back. All right, so Ben Wagner is going to come in to punt. 4th down and 13 from their own 31. So Wagner looking to kick. Good kick, lands around the 42. Cade Cropholler picks it up, hit immediately, escapes with 1 tackle. Nathan Triggerstead trying to bring it in. Finally hit. The ball is down on the ground.
There's going to be a face mask.
There's a flag down.
Cade Cropholler on the punt return. Flag on the play.
See what the call is. Jack saying it's a face mask. I don't disagree with you. I didn't see it, but see what the referee indicates. That's a hold against the Cardinals.
I was wrong.
How dare you, Jack Wharton?
I have never been wrong on a penalty call.
I will say, you got a good track record on those. You sniffed those out.
I just kind of felt the way he was falling forward, and we had a couple hands coming in there. I just kind of felt
Cade
like
was the only one around. I'm not sure who held on that play. If anything, I would agree with it. It would have seemed like it had been a face mask, but that does back the Cardinals up another 10 yards, so they're going to start 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Cardinals leading 21-13, 8 minutes, 33 seconds left here in the first half.
Well, maybe that sideline speech by Coach Holland gave that defense some incentive.
Well, we definitely talked to him and see if Lions thought that may have drawn him a false start by the Cardinals. No go. 3 receivers here on the near side. There's a handoff inside to Pearson. Escapes a couple tackles. Corbin Irwin trying to get a handle on him, but he stumbles out. Enough for a first down out to the 32-yard line. So that's going to be a first down for the Cardinals.
We are so out of sorts on defense. We're changing plays up while they're snapping the ball.
There's a catch from Dodd, so that pass complete. A gain of about 7 yards out to the 40. Quick to the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get guys off the field, and that's going to be a penalty. Probably it's a pass complete to Skiles. He's still on his feet. Inside the 35-yard line. We'll see what the those guys have headsets. I'm not sure why they run to talk to each other. They've got headsets. Should be a legal procedure. 12 men on the field, I think, for the referee is trying to blow the play dead and get the umpire. Illegal substitution by the Lions.
Well, this is another drive that I noticed. We're still trying to get in defensive position by the time they're snapping the ball. I don't know what's going on down there. They're not getting the defensive call in fast enough, or what. Well, we're still moving linemen around.
We do look a little disorganized on that. I will say that. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Inside of 8 minutes here left in the first half. There's Dodd back to pass. Good coverage. Pass across the middle. Falls incomplete. So brings up 2nd down.
Why does it seem every year that Fort Worth Christian has a lot of offensive weapons on their side of the ball? Like multiple wide receivers, multiple running backs, and we always seem to have 1 or 2.
I don't know. It is, it's weird. 2nd down and 10. Dodd back to pass, little play action. Little screen on the near side to Spencer. Trying to shake a couple of tackles. Finally, he's got a block. He's got a lineman downfield that was blocking for him. I didn't see where 64, I'm not sure what the rule on that is, Jack. I'm not sure where 64 was when that pass was complete. He was a good 10 yards down the field. Their right tackle.
They're going to hand it off to 19, right?
31, keeper by Dodd. He's out inside the 20-yard line. That's going to move the chains for another Cardinals first down.
Brought down by number 60, Ryan Purdue.
Ryan Purdue on the tackle.
Just grinding away again, Steve.
Yeah, just picking away. Sustained drives, just impressive ball control and control of the field by the Cardinals. Inside of 7 minutes now left in the first half. There's a play action. Pass across the middle, thrown behind, but caught by number 12. It's taken down around the 7-yard line or so. by Nathan Triggerstead.
A gain of 12 on the
First down, so first and goal at the 7-yard line. One receiver split on each side. There's a handoff to Spencer on the inside. Stacked up immediately. Good play there by the defensive front.
Landon Spencer on the carry. He stopped for no gain.
Van Shoemaker in there on the stop, along with Colin Abercrombie. So good play there by the front. Lions looking for a big play here, big stop. Second down and goal. Ball at the 6-yard line.
Timeout, Faith.
And see what the, Faith takes a timeout. I'm okay with that, Jack. You got 2 timeouts left. You've got inside we're at 6 minutes roughly left in the first half. Talk it over and try to slow the momentum down a little, slow the pace down.
Well, I mean, this is really where we want to be defensive, knowledge what we're going to do, know what we're going to do out there.
Right.
It seems on this drive and the drive previous, we didn't seem to know exactly where we needed to be and when we needed to be there. And we got to watch that middle pass. That middle pass is killing you all night long.
Yep.
Oh, cameraman Steve.
What does Mark say?
Yeah, and you can't make defensive substitutions when the offense is not substituted. Yeah.
So here come the Lions back on the field after that timeout. They have 1 left here in the first half. Cardinals with all 3 of theirs. Cardinals leading 21-13. 6 minutes, 6 seconds left here in the first half.
Steve, I'm going to go ahead and say that. Well, wait, I'll tell you after this play.
Second down and goal from the 6. Dodd looking to pass. Pass across the middle and incomplete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
What did I just say? You got to watch that pass right across the middle. They've been so successful with that.
Grant Golly on the reception. So the Cardinals up 27-13. Yeah, Jack, you've got a couple situations here in this first half where you really need to match them blow for blow. You had the Cardinals are going to go for 1 here. Match them blow for blow. The Lions had that turnover on the fumble, and then they had the stop where we had to punt, and you're up 2 scores. The Cardinals are up 2 scores. So that. Oh, another block by the.
That's going to be a 2 points.
That's Ben Wagner.
Blocking Clayton.
He's going to take it all the way back. He's trying to outrun Skiles. He's going to do it at the 20, inside the 10. That's a touchdown return by the Lions. That's their second consecutive block extra point. So 2 points.
Now, I hate to bring this up. Now you're only down 12 if you hadn't gone for that 2-pointer.
Well, again, we're going to assume, Jack, could get the whole second half, right? We're going to assume that's going to not make any difference.
Uh-oh, number 10 is out. Oh, gosh, Jake Ford is hurt.
Where we at? Oh, Jake Ford is, yeah, he is hurt. It looks like his left shoulder. That was, 2 points, yeah. Mark Edwards asking if that was 1 or 2. That's worth 2 points on the block extra point if you return it. Even if they're going for 2 and you return it, that's also 2 points. Yeah, Jake Ford nursing that left shoulder. Well, again, a little spark in special teams here, Jack. They had the block extra point earlier. They weren't able to convert it. But this one they were. Ben Wagner took it all the way about 85 yards.
Yeah, I was just cheering. I'm sorry. I'm not a very good play-by-play guy or color guy. I was cheering on Clayton to make the block because we just needed a couple more yards and Ben was going to be gone. So.
It was an extra point attempt. You only get 2 points in return.
I guess the crowd here thinks we are. Well, yeah.
Braxton Corley having to set the record straight in the stands. All the moms are wondering why the Lions didn't get 6 points from that.
Take charge down there. Make sure everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, Braxton, get control of your scene down there. The incredible Lisa Corley, one of the team moms, giving her a little hard time here. I know the Corley family listening in.
Yeah.
Love the Corley family. Braxton, Lisa, Christian here on the varsity team. Their youngest son, Slade, freshman on the JV team. So neat family. All right, so 6 minutes, 2 seconds left here in the first half. Your Lions trailing 27-15 to the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals. Sebecki and I can't tell who that is back deep with Sebecki. See what the Cardinals do here, if they're going to pooch it or kick it away or onside it or what they're going to do. They're going to onside kick, kind of an onside pooch. And that's catch made. I don't know why they won't fair catch that.
I'm willing to go ahead, Steve. The visiting team or Grapevine Faith, whatever it may be, I'll donate $100 to the ABSC for any successful onside kick.
Well, I will say, when people have done it to us, Jack, their success rate has been much higher. Would you agree with that?
Well,
we've not defended it well.
Well, yeah, the JV never did, but
yes, the JV struggled with that mightily. Well, the Lions take over with great field position right at midfield. Again, trailing 27-15.
I should preface that is only when it's not necessary. How about I say that?
Right. There's Sebecki on the keeper.
All bets are off then.
Catches a couple blocks inside the 45-yard line of the Cardinals. So nice little 5-yard run there by Clayton Sebecki.
You know, Sebecki has done a great job finding the hole tonight. Just everywhere he's gone, he's gained 5 or I'm just looking back at some stats. There's a couple 2-yarders in there, but not bad at all.
Yeah, he's been very patient waiting on his blockers. He's got Tristan Dare. They've got Tristan in, who's normally he plays on the defensive line. I haven't seen him really on the offensive line. He's kind of an up back, and he's a lead blocker. So big body coming down the line there. There he is again. Good block by Tristan. Springs Clayton free. Still on his feet. Almost broke it. But inside the 40-yard line, that's enough for a Lions first down.
Good run there. I mean, he got hit about 4 yards in, gained another 2 with his feet.
I just noticed, Jack, the great Grady Norman on the sideline, playing for Johns Hopkins. Graduated last year. Absolutely amazing young man. He's down here for the weekend. They must have a bye week. But he's down there on the sideline, which you love seeing, talking to Becker Reese and Jensen Anthony. Reminder, folks, if you're watching the game tonight, stand by here. All right, play action. Pass looking for Ben Wagner. Broken up by Cade Cropholler. Ben thought it was going to be, I think, a different pass there. Clayton kind of had him on a fly route.
He had him in the short.
Yep.
Just kind of miscommunication there, Steve.
But if you're watching tonight, again, if you're trying to listen on Mixler and you're watching on YouTube, we apologize. Computer issues, computer's down. We cannot give you the Mixler stream tonight. We apologize for that. But if you are watching on YouTube, let us know. 817-980-7994. 817-980-7994. Give us a text one more time. 817-980-7994. Second down, ball at the 38-yard line of the Cardinals. There's Ben Wagner on a jet sweep. Cuts it back inside. Escapes a couple of tackles, but he's wrapped up. Gain of about 1 on the play. So not much on that gain. So they give it, gain of 1 on the play. So 3rd down and 8.
I wouldn't mind calling that little slant pattern or that sit down in the zone from Noah in the middle there. We scored on earlier.
Yeah. They got to be thinking it's either going to be a Sebecki with the keeper or a pass to Wagner. But, yeah, let's surprise them here, see what happens. Four seconds left on the play clock. They've got to hurry and get this off. They just do get it off. Keeper by Sebecki. Takes it up the middle on the quarterback keeper. He's out close to the 25-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Grapevine Faith first down.
Good call there. They really were looking for that out pattern and get it to Wagner and try to get the first down there, but they weren't expecting to run up the middle there.
Clock stopped temporarily while they moved the change. We're right inside of 4 minutes. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left. Lions trailing 15-27. But they are on a drive here, trying to punch this in here before the end of the half. There is a penalty flag thrown. Call a false start against the Lions.
That's an odd one.
Yeah, so they're they're claiming one of the receivers fainted a move. That guy is he is getting a workout tonight. He's thrown that flag a bunch tonight. the head linesman on this side.
I mean, he has to turn around to look at the play. I guess that's what the feigned move was. That you're
I guess, yeah, he has to turn around to see what the play is from the call from the coaches is. So 1st and 15, Sebecki looking to pass across the middle, complete, inside the 10-yard line, 1st down Lions. No flags on the play. Great pass by Clayton Sebecki.
That was a great catch there by
So pass complete, 1st down for the Lions, 1st and goal. Ball right at the 10-yard line.
What a great catch and throw there.
Sebecki on the keeper. Cuts right up around the right guard, then back up the middle. Claws forward for a gain of about 5, down to the 5-yard line.
You know, this was a nice sustained drive. This is kind of what we were hoping for a couple of our other drives.
Yep. Yeah, they needed this for sure.
2nd and goal from the 5.
Hey, Caleb Ferguson is listening in. Caleb, attaboy. Freshman football player. Glad to have you on there, buddy. He says, go Lions, find a way. Man, I'm with you, Caleb. Let's see if they can't find a way here. 2nd down and goal. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line. Snap to Sebecki. And he's stacked up by about 6 or 7 Cardinals defenders. He does gain 1 on the play, but this is going to bring up a long 3rd down and 4. Jack, I would have to guess you're probably, based on what you've seen so far with an onside kick and so forth, I would guess this is 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
I don't see them kicking a field goal here. Again, Lions down 27-15. See what they dial up here. And the Cardinals are going to take a timeout and talk it over. So 1 minute, 51 seconds left. So we talked about this being the homecoming for the Cardinals. Hopefully if the if the Lions cheerleaders have a routine, we will try to bring that to you before we do the Stories of Faith. We'll make sure we get the Stories of Faith to you in its entirety. A little bit longer than usual. Charlie Bunch. Yeah, Charlie Bunch with the reception there. So as we said, we're going to try to give the Lions cheerleaders and hope with the dance team try to catch their routines in their entirety before we cut to our Stories of Faith with Faith family Bryce and Michaela Ruiz. You'll want to stick around and watch that.
Steve, how much are new headphones?
Jack has now bought these headphones that he's wearing because he's got a combination of COVID and I'm just kidding. I'm not going to speak that over you.
I just got a little bit of a cold, but I can't hear anything ever in these headphones.
Well, because you got the ones. I tried to give you these are the ones you can hear from, and I tried to give them to you. And you
I know, but you're more important than I am.
Something like that. Something like that. All right. Big 3rd down play here. 3rd and goal. Ball at the 4-yard line. The Fort Worth Cardinals speakers blasting out defense. The referee now about to call the ball ready for play. There's Ben Wagner on a jet sweep. Sebecki keeps it. He's in for the touchdown.
Hey, you can almost see it lined up. I didn't want to say anything in case the other coaches were watching, but it was a great call because you had Wagner coming in motion like they were going to do the jet sweep again, and then just Sebecki waited, and that hole was right there.
When you are effective with that jet sweep play like they've been tonight, they really struggled against ESD and especially against Liberty. They were all over them. But when you're effective with that jet sweep play, that makes that type of play like that. I mean, you can fake that, and it means everything for the offense to be able to keep that ball with Sebecki.
Oh, now look at this. Dr. Smith has just texted in and said he's going to buy us some new headphones. We just need one, Dr. Smith.
No, we need two.
Oh, we need two.
That kick is up and good by Josh Holroyd. I didn't get that text, Jack. Oh, yes,
Thank you,
yes,
Dr.
I did.
Smith.
Yes,
we
I
really
did.
appreciate it.
Dr. Ed Smith, the man. President here at Grapevine Faith.
But there was a caveat, too, is like, as long as Jack's not on the broadcast ever again.
Right, Jack.
I don't know if you listened last week.
Jack, you've been fired, but we get new headphones. So it's a trade-off. it's kind of a, it's a free agent type situation here.
Yeah,
So.
no, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. Wait a minute. Wait, did he? Okay, no, he's good. Okay, good.
Well, the Lions, a minute 47 left here in the first half. Lions cut that lead of the Cardinals to 5, 27-22. Cardinals with 2 timeouts left.
Steve, can I say something real fast?
I know what's coming. Go ahead. Get it out of your system.
I hope they're not going to kick an onside kick.
I knew it was coming.
Let's just kick it away. Let's kick it deep. We got Holroyd. I mean, he's been to kicking camps. He knows what a kickoff needs to do.
Well, I mean, when they've got threats like the Cardinals do, and like the Lions do, obviously, you've not seen them kick to Sebecki or to Wagner yet on a kickoff.
That's a good drive. I mean, that's like a 4.5-minute drive there.
Yeah,
and
that was nice.
Eat up some clock, and really now they've got to just kick it deep, and then hope that you can hold that defensive stand.
Well, I would be in favor of, again, it's been effective for a lot of teams, but when they don't want to kick deep to the receivers deep, they'll do kind of a pooch kick. We appreciate your support very much, Dr. Smith. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Jack. I'll give full credit to the Grapevine Faith Line student section tonight. They have been loud. They were loud last week. There's a line drive kick by Holroyd.
No.
And it goes out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, so that's going to bring the ball out to about the 30, I believe. But Coach Holland made mention of this in the pregame. And, again, folks, apologize for not being able to bring that to you, but we will post that on the Grapevine Faith YouTube channel. You'll be able to see that in its entirety.
Yeah, let me take a minute. Just really, Steve works so hard at trying to get this stuff organized and get the tapes and all that for these coaches and everything for the pregame. And he gets up here early and works hard to get the stuff plugged in. And you guys really thank him a lot for the broadcast because he does a lot of hard work on it. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I brought my turntable up the first night, and I didn't figure that was going to work.
And then you brought the 8-track player the next week, and I'm like, Jack, this is not going to work.
Leonard Skinner live, 8-track.
Yeah, they spotted the ball at the 35-yard instead of the 30, so that's the correct spot now. I appreciate those kind words, Jack. It's a lot of fun. Enjoy doing this, kind of highlight of my week. So, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. 3 receivers here on the near side. Minute 47 left. Dodd looking to pass. Rolls over here to his right. Pass across the middle, complete to Cropholler at the 40. Finally taken down out over the 45-yard line. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
See, now they're going to go hurry up, and you guys got to get yourself back in gear. Don't be calling another defensive play. Have it ready to go.
Yeah. Lions or the Cardinals quick to the line of scrimmage. Clock running with a minute 35 left here in the first half. There's Dodd looking to pass again. Good protection. Pass across the middle, complete out over the 50-yard line, inside the 45, inside the 40-yard line.
That I was going to say that was the illegal block downfield because you had linemen they were already down on the 30-yard line.
So there's a penalty flag down. So you probably have an ineligible lineman downfield would be my guess. Could be a hold or it's one of the. I'm guessing it's one of those two based on where the flag was and based on what you saw, Jack.
Yeah, I looked up and the lineman was ahead of the receiver.
Can you not do that? Can you not run all your linemen downfield to block?
Sorry, folks, I get a little bit excited. I don't know if you know that. I'm focused on the referee.
We want to get your assessment of their physical assessments abilities. That is an eligible lineman downfield against Cardinals, so that will wipe that play off. And that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. A 5-yard penalty, excuse me.
I leaned over the press box here, and Ellen Ford is sitting back in her seat. So good news on Jake Ford's injury. So
Yep. He is helmet off, but he is standing there on the sideline, just not sitting down. So here's Dodd back to pass. Across the middle, complete to number 9. Finally taken down. Christian Corley on the tackle, but a first down play by the Cardinals. Clock running, temporarily stop. It'll be a minute 13 left here in the first half with the Cardinals driving, leading 27-22. Cardinals have 2 timeouts left. Tight formation for the Cardinals.
It's going to be a pass out here to the right, Steve.
Yep. Here's Dodd looking downfield. Got good protection, chased out of the pocket. He throws the ball away. There's nobody. That's definitely going to be intentional grounding. There wasn't anybody within 40 yards of him.
That was really close.
Yeah.
Good head on the shoulder on that one, though, getting it out there.
So that'll be a 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. So, yeah, intentional grounding against the Cardinals.
Oh, I did call it right.
Yep. Yeah, he was out of the pocket, but I'm not sure that the ball, number one, got to the line of scrimmage, and number two, in fact, it did not get to the line of scrimmage, but there was not a receiver within 10 or 15 yards. So 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. So that'll make it second down.
It was really close. I thought he was outside the pocket, but he didn't get past the line of scrimmage, Mark said. That's a good call, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Three receivers here on the near side. So man in motion for the Cardinals. Dodd back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run with it. Being chased by Clayton Sebecki. Holds on to his jersey. There's Corbin Overneem to help.
Wow, what a tackle there by
Clayton Sebecki. Wow. By probably 2 fingertips. He held on to Dodd. And Matthew
timeout.
Patella Kirschbaum and Corbin Irwin in there to help finish him off. That was all Sebecki.
This is a big defensive stand here, Steve, if you can hold him.
No doubt.
That tackle right there.
Well, I don't want to jinx it here, Jack, but you know what you got to defend. That play across the middle. They've had that slant play complete for first downs. I don't know how many times this game. And this is a big 3rd down and 20 play.
Well, we had them 1st and 25. We talk about this a lot, Steve, having that third down and long, and we're talking 5+ yards. You got 3rd down and 19 here. It's 4-down territory, I think, for Fort Worth Christian with 40 seconds left on the clock. So I think this play is really key to what happens. If they gain 5 yards, it makes that 4th down a little bit easier for them to go for it.
Well, the Lions will receive the second half kickoff, so that will work in their favor. But this, as you said, Jack, a big 3rd down play. 3rd down and 19, ball at the Lions' 49-yard line. Tight formation for the Cardinals. Now they spread out, take 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, shifting on the Lions' defensive front. They're going to bring some pressure to Dodd, trying to get to him. Pass down the middle of the field, and almost a one-handed catch by Cropholler.
Wow.
Christian Corley on the coverage there.
Steve, this is like a no-hitter. Let's not talk about it.
Right, exactly. Yes. Yep, nothing to see.
Nothing happened there.
Yep.
Nope, nothing. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, Steve. Great officiating tonight.
What's the old Chinese proverb? Better to keep your mouth closed and be thought a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. So
yeah, there we go.
So that's going to bring the punt unit on for the Cardinals.
I'm not so sure you don't run out Sobecki out there short and Wagner deep and see if you can get something, because I don't think they're going to kick it to Wagner. Either kick. I'd tell this kid to be kicking it out of bounds here to the right.
Yeah. Well, let's assume for a second that they are going to kick it. Now, wouldn't surprise. There's another high snap, blocked by the Lions. The Cardinals fall the ball. The Lions are going to take over 1st and 10 from the Cardinals' 30-yard line. 27 seconds left here in the first half. Special teams has been huge tonight for the Lions. Absolutely huge.
I don't know if the last minute 40. I don't know if the last minute 40 of this game or this half could have gotten worse for Fort Worth Christian.
Well, they were in the driver's seat, and Jack, after that 2-point conversion, that that block extra point attempt that we took back for 2 points, and then we came back and scored on the subsequent drive after the kickoff. Yeah, you're right. It's been all downhill. All the momentum's been on the Lions side. And the Lions faithful here, man, they have been loud.
And I'm not so sure. Is that Holroyd going out there?
No. That's 30. That's Walker Little.
Oh, Walker Little. Okay.
Yeah. Holroyd. Is that Holroyd?
Well, it was like, what's going on?
Low snap.
He's open. He's open.
The pass wide open. Nathan Trigger drops it in the end zone. Nathan Triggerstead was wide open.
I'm sorry. I got taken over by the game right there, Stevie. I was like, he's open.
I was watching Clayton, of course, and you looked downfield, and there wasn't anybody within 15 yards. Hit Nathan Triggerstead right in the hands. Oh, hey, Hayden Job. There goes Hayden Job over there to pick him up. Got to love that. Great leadership there by Hayden Job to say, Nathan, we got you, dude. We got you. We're all right.
If I was where, I'd keep that play in the back pocket for later on.
20 seconds left here in the first half.
You probably got to pick up 10 yards, Steve, for Holroyd.
There's a timeout by the Cardinals. That's their last one of the half.
Oh, my gosh. What a different ball game that would have been with a touchdown right there.
Oh,
Steve.
man.
Well, you know what he has to do? That Triggerstead just has to pick his head back up and make the next catch that comes his way.
Well, Breakfast of Champions this morning, had the opportunity and the real privilege to hear Bryce Petty, former Baylor quarterback and former NFL player, and he talked about that exact thing, about not letting a play on the field define you and determine your identity. You got to pick each other up, come back the next play. And,
football's always that way. It's one play at a time. It doesn't matter what you did last time. You still get another down to play, and you got to do it on this play.
Yep. Being asked here what Corbin Irwin's number is. He's number 42. Kate's family asking that, so glad you guys are still involved. Sue Sebecki says, hey. She was saying what a play by Clayton and Ben earlier. It was. So here we are. 20 seconds left in the first half. Cardinals leading 27-22. Both teams have one timeout left. It is 2nd down and 10 after that incomplete pass in the end zone. Walker Little in the backfield now with Clayton Sebecki with 2 receivers on each side. Snap back to Sebecki, looking to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, escapes a tackle, throws it up, and out of the way, and there's a block in the back. There's a penalty. Absolutely no reason for that.
I'm not so sure they're not calling pass interference.
No. That was Charlie Bunch, who was stretching for that ball, and he was out of bounds, and he got clocked on the backside. So that's going to be an unnecessary roughness penalty. I have no idea what that player was thinking.
There were 2 flags down the play, one over here on the sideline, one in the middle of the field. So personal foul.
Personal foul against, Charlie Bunch was stretching for that ball. He had no chance of catching it. And that guy absolutely came on the backside and clocked him. And
he probably got time for one play to the end zone.
12 seconds left. The Lions do have one timeout left. Lions trailing 27-22. 12 seconds left here in the first half. The Lions will get the kickoff to start the second half. After that 15-yard penalty, that penalty takes the ball down to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lions. As you mentioned, Jack, probably one shot at the end zone here. Or maybe a run by Sebecki, depending on what they decide to do here. Lions signaling the play from the sideline. Walker Little in the backfield with Sebecki. There's a run by Sebecki here to the near side, trying to get to the edge, and he gets out of bounds. Play of a couple yards. He gets to about the 15. 8 seconds left here, so you probably have one more shot, either to free up Sebecki or to try a pass to the end zone. Looks like the Cardinals are defending that goal line pretty aggressively.
Yeah, that was a good heads-up play there by Sebecki. Gives you one more shot at that end zone. Like we talked about.
Yep. Play clock at 12.
But the problem is Fort Worth Christian knows you only have one shot at the end zone, too.
Right. Play clock at 5. They got to get this play off here. 8 seconds left here with the clock stopped. Snap back to Sebecki. He's looking to pass. Pass to the end zone. Thrown behind. Intended for Nathan Triggerstead. And there's Triggerstead, who was a defensive receiver that absolutely got clocked. There's a penalty flag. Yes, absolutely that should be a penalty. 100% that should be a penalty. The ball was thrown behind him, Jack. And the defender came in and hit him while he was reaching up for the ball, and there was no play on the ball. Clock stopped at 5 seconds left here in the first half.
Wait, you're going to get it on the probably 7-yard line, Steve, and you got 5 seconds. You just got to make it a quick pass.
Yep, 100% a penalty. There's no question about that. Nathan's going to come off, catch his breath for a second. Matthew Rotella-Kirschbaum in on that far side. So ball spotted at the 7-yard line. About the 8. We'll call it the 8-yard line. Lions initially they show a swinging gate formation, but ball has not even been signaled ready for play by the official, by the referee. So the play clock has not even started. So
look for Noah Smith on this play, Steve.
Oh, there's the play clock going. They finally just started it.
5
seconds left. The Lions do have one timeout left. Snap back to Sebecki. Pass across the middle. Tipped. Intended for Ben Wagner. He almost reeled it in. and tipped at the last minute, hit Ben in the hand, so that's going to bring Josh Holroyd out. 1 second left.
I'm not so sure you're upset with – I mean, of course we wanted a touchdown, but I'm not so sure we're upset with 27-20 if Holroyd kicks the field goal.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I'm upset with 27-25 with as, like, defensively where we struggled. But, man, they're giving you probably 100 yards of penalties in the first half.
Yep.
Nobody's turned the ball. We turned the ball over one time. But your special teams is playing, aside from the onside kicks.
Yep.
I mean, you got a blocked punt and you got a blocked extra point for 2 points, no less.
Christian Corley on the hold.
2 block extra points.
Josh Holroyd to kick it through, and he drills it. Tons of leg on that one, so crushed it. Got some talk in here by the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals. So that'll do it for the first half. That's the time has expired. And 27-25, they have not put the score up on the scoreboard yet, but that'll make the score 27-25 as time has expired in the first half. Yeah, I'm with you, Jack. You got to like the momentum shift that you had there, that minute 40, minute 45 that the Cardinals had. It was an absolute disaster offensively and special teams. And you got to like the way the Lions turned it back around.
Well, I think I'm just watching these two teams exit the field. They're trying to figure out they got to go through the same gate.
Yeah, they're holding up the lines. Yeah, there's been some talk for sure.
Yeah, if I'm Fort Worth Christian, I'm probably upset with my squad. I mean, you probably could be a lot bigger if you hadn't had as many penalties, and if you haven't had better special teams.
Yeah, I agree. So homecoming festivities, as we mentioned, we're going to wait to see if they go straight to the homecoming for Fort Worth Christian. We will bring you go immediately to the stories of. It's halftime of the Grapevine Faith Fort Worth Christian game, which means it's another opportunity for our Stories of Faith. Our Stories of Faith segment allows us to tell some of the incredible stories about the people, the faculty, the staff, and the families of Grapevine Faith Christian School. And this week, I have the opportunity to sit down with some really good friends of ours, Bryce and Michaela Ruiz, and they have an incredible story, and it's just one I thought that everybody should hear about. So Bryce, Michaela, thanks for sitting down with me. Appreciate it. So Bryce, I'll start with you. Maybe start as a way of introduction. Tell us about the Ruiz family.
So this is my wife, Michaela. We've been married 25 years, going on 26.
Wow.
We have 4 kids. We've got our oldest, Parker, who is just graduated from TCU and is working in St. Louis for Anheuser-Busch in a leadership accelerator program. Our second son is at TCU. He's a sophomore. He's cranking over there and enjoying that experience. And then we have Beckett, who's 16, is a sophomore at Faith. And Addington, who is our youngest daughter, or only daughter and youngest daughter, Princess. She's a 7th grader at Faith.
She's one of my favorite people on the planet. So
she's a good girl.
So you guys grew up and met in California, went to high school together. Did you guys come from large families?
Yeah, I one of like our size, 1 of 4.
All girls.
All girls. I'm the oldest of 4 girls.
Y'all.
God knew that I needed a voice. He gave me 3 boys.
Right.
I didn't need too much estrogen. I had enough of it growing up.
What about you, Bryce?
I have 2 older sisters and a younger brother. Yeah.
Well, Bryce, your dad started a family business back in 1964, and the El Monterey name should not be a stranger to probably anybody watching this.
Mm-hmm.
It's the odds are you've had one of their breakfast burritos or taquitos. They sell frozen foods all over the world. I think our family single-handedly kept you guys in business with the breakfast burritos.
Appreciate
but
that.
yes, you're welcome. But what was that like growing up in a family business like that?
It was an adventure. It was fun. it's been around for a long time. Got to spend a lot of time with my dad learning the business. I myself grew up kind of in a factory, sweeping floors, and then from there I just kind of kept working through the process, and ran production facilities, ran departments, ran sales divisions, and then eventually took over as CEO for like about 5 or 6 years. And then and then family business are an adventure. It's got a lot of challenges and a lot of opportunities. And but at one point, God just said, "Hey, it's time for something different," and that's kind of what started our journey on the way to Texas.
Well, perfect segue to my next question, Michaela. You guys make the jump from California to Texas, not all the way across country, but moving several states, which is a big ordeal. Talk about the challenges of moving across the country and trying to get your family settled.
It was a challenge, but I think because it was such a God-ordained thing, and we were really just following what He put in front of us, really blindly. Like, we didn't really have a lot of plans, but we just knew God just kept putting this in front of us. It wasn't terrible. I would say it's been the best. I mean, today I can say it's been the best thing ever. I mean, there's no doubt that God's hands were all over that. But in the moment, I think there were some challenges. I grew up in a small town. I lived next door to my mom for 9 years of our marriage before we moved here. We only moved away for college. We dated in high school. We went to college together. We moved back home. He worked in family business. I lived near my parents and worked in town. My siblings all lived there. I'm super close with my family. And our kids were really close with all my nieces and nephews. So that was the biggest challenge, was leaving my family and our family and friends in that area and not really knowing anyone here. But it was immediate. I mean, we moved here and kind of funny. I always tell this story. Our house, we bought us back home and it wasn't done. And so we were staying at the Hilton in South Lake. And we walked to Starbucks in South Lake Town Square. And someone opened the door and said, "Good morning," and held the door open for us. And I said, "Good morning." And my kids are like, "Who is that? How do you know them? Why are they talking to you? Why did they say good morning? Why are they smiling at you?" And I always say that because that's the difference between Californians and Texans. I don't know who's watching this, but but we're born
right.
and raised in
There's
California.
exceptions. There's
we're
exceptions.
born and raised in California. So I can say that. Just the welcoming and the warm hospitality.
Yeah.
With our first weekend at church, the very first church we went to was Keystone. When we first moved here, we was there for a few years, and a family greeted us. They were the greeters that day. And when church was over, we're in our car. We're it was cold. It was in January. We're all bundled up. And there's this knock on the window. And it was the family. And they said, "Would you guys want to go join us for lunch at, where was it? Feed Store Barbecue." Yeah. And we're like, "Oh, okay, I guess." They look nice. They don't seem like these serial murderers are at church. So we followed them. We didn't even know where we lived here 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we're still friends with them. I mean, we've spent holidays with them. We celebrated Mother's Days together. We spent Christmas Eves together.
Wow.
We're really good friends with them. And I just feel like that's just kind of how our story has been the whole time we've been here. We've met tons of people. I had Bryce threw in a really awesome 40th birthday. And we'd only lived here maybe 3 or 4 years at the time. And there were over 100 people there. And 4 of them were our parents. Everyone else was from Texas.
Wow. So there really is something to that Texas hospitality. Y'all made friends. You made friends quickly. Yeah. Well, part of that move, in addition to adjusting and finding friends and so forth, a lot of that too when you have kids is finding a school, right? And I know you guys you went through some iterations there with that. Maybe talk about that journey and you ended up, your 2 oldest sons ended up graduating from public schools.
Yep.
But now you mentioned Beckett and Addington at Grapevine Faith. So talk about maybe some of those factors that you went through and those as you decided as a family kind of where for your kids to end up for education.
Well, when we left California, our 3 of our boys were going to private school, private school, just like very similar values as faith. Like, I mean, if you were going through a family problem, they heard about it. Teachers would be praying for your family
have meals on your doorstep
before school started.
Yeah,
I mean, you were
great.
So when we moved to Texas, when we started our search at Texas, we come out once and we were kind of
actually hold on.
Okay.
Oh, this is actually a really cool story. How we, you were gonna say that?
Yeah.
How we even ended up here?
Yeah.
Was a faith family.
Yeah. So
I've been there, Beckett. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryce, I get it.
So
I just wanted to forget that part.
So we were in Hawaii and hanging out for vacation in like August, and you over time you're there, and our kids were playing with the same family, the same kids over and over again. And we'd be sitting there, and we didn't know at the time, but it was the dad sitting there. And finally, we're like, hey, our kids are playing together every day. Hey, I'm Bryce. I'm Michaela. How are you doing? Good. And where are you from? He's like, well, I'm from Texas. Like, oh, well, we're thinking about moving to Texas. He's like, really? Well, you need to come to South Lake. I'm like, okay. And you need to put your kids in Grapevine Faith. And we're like, here's a realtor. Here's where the school is. This is what you need to do. Yeah. And so, literally, you're like, okay.
All the way in Hawaii.
Yeah, so we call his realtor. And it was crazy. Total God thing, because he came from a similar industry in retail consumer packaged goods, and a guy I was looking to hire. I didn't end up hiring him, but worked for him for many years. So it's crazy when you start how small the world gets real quick. And so, so we called his realtor. I got a realtor. But we were desperate for a house. So we found a house, and we, on one of our visits, went to Faith.
With Marion. I don't know if she remembers this. We didn't have kids with us. We got a packet, and then we communicated online or on email. And then learned really quickly that we would have 3 kids in school that next year, because Beckett was in pre-K at the time, or we were holding him back. He was eligible to be kindergarten, keeping him back. And they had him for 1 or 2 of our 3. And our kids had always gone to the same pre-K through 12th Christian school in California.
Right.
And the thought of having them at different campuses. And it was not like the little ones. It was oldest could come, middle couldn't come, lower could come in a year,
Yeah, just based on the availability in their communities.
Availability, which I think is great. I think that they stick by that. It's great. I mean, at the time I didn't love it, but and so our realtor, our home builder said, "Oh my gosh, South Lake has the best schools. I mean, the public school system in South Lake is like a private school system. I mean, that's what your tax dollars are paying for. Which compared to California schools, it's a great school district."
It's not Faith.
It's not Faith. So we tried that for a while. We tried that, put our kids in school. And there's some great things about it. I mean, there's some services and things that your kids need that public school can offer. And at least to get your feet wet and find out what they do need.
Sure, sure.
Because a lot of times they don't need everything. And then I would say midway through the first semester, we're like, we need to go visit schools. So we made the rounds again. We started visiting Christian schools. Ended up at a different one because they had room for all our kids. And then we were there for 3 years, as long as we could be. Tried to stick it out. It just wasn't a fit for us. It's nothing like Faith.
Yeah.
And that school had gone through some transitions in leadership too, so they were kind of in a.
But even academic, it was all. Everything is academics. One thing they had going for them was athletics, but academics, faith, the worship, nothing. It was a private school. I would call it a private school.
Yeah.
And so we had some issues there. Our kids struggled to fit in. It wasn't warm and welcoming. There was a lot of bullying, and a lot of issues. So when we pulled the kids out, our oldest 2 have had what we call Christian school trauma, church trauma, church wounds, and they were just, over it and fearful of going to another Christian school and happening all over again, because they had never experienced that in the Christian school they were in before.
Right.
We hadn't either, and so honestly, I was even a little fearful. We still met with Faith, and we had room for them. But our kids we prayed a lot about it, and they just were not. It was just too fearful, and I felt like I sought advice from other. I felt like wise counsel from friends and other believers, and a Christian therapist that we were seeing at the time that we met through other school. And she even advised us a lot of advice of, if your kids that's not where they're feeling led, and you don't feel like you're led there, but they're not.
Right.
It caused them to walk away from their faith.
Yeah.
And so we chose to put them in South Lake. Yeah. Back in South Lake, they got involved in Young Life. They had always played South Lake lacrosse, so they had a social network here. So I think that helped.
Yeah.
And they did well. Our oldest, he didn't go back to South Lake until his
junior year.
Into his junior year, really his senior year. He had South Lake. That's it. But our number 2, Quinn, started his freshman year in South Lake and went all the way through. But COVID hit sophomore year.
Okay.
And he came to us his junior year and said, "I should have gone to Faith. You were right. This is terrible.
Can I record that?"
Yeah,
exactly.
He did. He just said, "Don't do this to Beck and Addington. Don't put him in South Lake. I'm going to finish. It's straight A's, and it was super easy." And he's like, "I'm going to finish. I'm already playing football here. I've got good grades. Halfway through, I'm not going to start over, but I shouldn't have gone to school here."
Well, I think too. Well, we'll talk about it a little bit, but knowing Beck and Addington's challenges, I think Quinn was like, "It's big.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
probably
it sounds
too
like so
tough.
big.
It's just too. It's
Yeah.
probably be too big and overwhelming for the issues they have to deal
Well,
with.
let's talk about that for a second, because I am amazed. Your family's involved in so many aspects of the school. Faith Addington's in dance. They're both in musical theater. Beckett plays football on the defensive lines, made several sacks and tackles already this year. I've mentioned his name so many times on the broadcast. But they both have some vision challenges that, like you said, would present probably much greater problems in larger schools. So talk about that, and more importantly, talk about just how God has used Faith in your family to allow them opportunities to really overcome a lot of those challenges.
I'll let you begin with what their challenges are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you do that.
Well, Beck and I, they have a visual impairment. They have a retinal dystrophy. Long story, but congenital, hereditary, and so they don't see like the rest of us. And they have challenges in light and dark. They have challenges with font size, just some different things. Retinal challenges are different than a lens issue. Put glasses on for.
Right.
But you know, it's been kind of interesting with them, because when we went to the last Christian school that we were at, they took them right away. We can do whatever, and we made it all work. And then when we pulled out of that Christian school, we didn't put them back in public school. We homeschooled them. We just wanted to just kind of come around. And there's just a lot of things that were going on in the other Christian school that were hard on our whole family. We couldn't really homeschool high school kids. Didn't feel equipped. Didn't feel like that's what they needed. We knew we could homeschool lower school kids. And then, fast forward, we went, okay, now we're done with homeschooling. They need their social, like just like you said, they're active. They want to be active. They came to us and said, we like each other, but we don't want to have recess with just each other anymore. That was really what their request was. And so we went straight to Carroll, because we knew with their vision issues that they needed services, we thought. And so we went through that whole aspect again. And really what we learned was, no, we did just a fine job homeschooling them. They just need iPads and Zooming in. And we just need to have a dialogue about what they can and can't see and where their boundaries and parameters are. And so from there, we said, okay, we don't like public school. We never did. We figured out what they need or what they really don't need, and we came back to Faith. Took us a while. Took about a year of dialogue and convincing, and because there was a lot of fear, I think, on the Faith side of
Sure.
like, hey, we've never had kids like this. And
Right. Are we equipped for this? Yeah.
Exactly. And I respect that. Like, I really do. It was challenging. It was a challenging year while we waited. And, they were at Carroll trying to get them to let us in. But it was only because they wanted to make sure that they could service what they needed.
Sure.
It's been totally great. It's been awesome. I mean, it's been
a good partnership.
If you talk to Becky, they would tell you it's the best school they've ever been to.
Love it.
And that doesn't mean it's easy. Nothing's easy.
Sure.
Post school's not easy either, for lots of reasons. But
even Beckett, he says he was going into 8th grade when we came to Faith, and because he was playing football at Carroll, and he's like
doing well.
He was like
they've done well everywhere they were.
Like, this is not. I don't want to do this.
Right.
And then probably 6 months later,
not even. Nope.
He was like, thank you. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, our son Jensen, same age as Beckett, considers him one of his best friends, and he's lucky to have a friend like Beckett. So I'm so glad you guys made that choice. Well, I know for some families, the fact that the kids go to private Christian school is enough for them, and I see a difference in the families at Grapevine Faith that their faith really doesn't matter to them. Talk about what God has done. You mentioned it several times, Michaela, really kind of orchestrating your move, but just maybe what God has meant in y'all's family's life and bringing you to faith.
In our life, I mean, it's everything. Especially when we getting here to Texas, that was preempted by just some really tough things going on in life, and it was one of those moments where do you really just give it to God and let Him take it,
right,
or do you try and do it on your own? And we really just kind of let go, and He brought us here, and we've already been through that story, but. I think the experience at Faith has just been the fact that everybody in the faculty, administration, coaches, it is what's number one for them too. And there's no fear in saying, hey, we're going to pray for this right now, or we're going to stop what we're doing, or we're going to start a meeting by praying and by asking God's blessing over whatever our challenges is. Discuss. And I think that's to me, that's what life has to be about. That's where we have to default to. And I think letting the kids see that in action at a very early age, experience it like we get to experience at Faith, is awesome.
And it's not perfect. I mean, I always say this: there's no perfect family.
Sure.
There's no perfect church. There's no perfect school. this doesn't exist on this side of heaven. So that's not just, I don't want to say, oh my gosh, it's perfect. We really don't have anything to complain about, but I mean, I think that when there are things that are not, the way, everyone has a different perspective, and you might be like, I don't love how this is being run or orchestrated, or I just feel like I need more clarity on this. Anytime I've had any kind of small issue, I've gone to someone that's always been met with, like, let me find out, you're right, or I just feel like they listen. Same with parents. I just feel like it's been really, it's a neat place to go. You walk in, you feel like you're at church.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling when you walk into church, you're like, you're home, and everyone's just happy to be there, and no one's saying it's perfect.
Right.
It's just the heart is there. And I feel like that's how it is at Faith. Like, I love being in Hebrews, I love being in the Spirit Store. I just love being on campus. I think when we're on campus or helping out or wherever we can, it's just that feeling of like,
we said earlier, it feels like family.
It does. It feels like family. It feels like church. And like I said, our last public school's not that way, period. That's just, they can't be.
Yeah.
I mean, we had lots of great people, tons of great teachers. I mean, we had some of our best teachers in public school. I'm not denying that, but you just don't have that. You're not allowed to have that.
And I think
closeness.
As we now, our second year of high school with Beckett, kids are kids, boys are boys, and things happen. And even when there's those challenges, you still feel a different approach.
Yeah, I feel like
it's like, okay, kids made a mistake, then
it's great that they made it now, so we can nurture them and parent them and come together as a community and rally around them and lift them up so that they can make better decisions going forward.
Absolutely.
I feel like you see that a lot of Faith. I don't feel like there's this judgmental, cliquey. Other schools can have this. There's these pockets of people who are judgy, cliquey. I'm sure it exists, but I'm not a part of it. I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, what are some of those things then that have really, if there's a prospective family watching this right now going, well, we're looking for, private Christian school somewhere. We've talked about, again, some of the things, activities that Addington and Beckett have been involved in. But for you guys, if you kind of had to sum it up, you're talking to a family right now, like, hey, here's why you need to consider Faith. What would some of those factors be?
The big one is just the breadth of the things they can do. Whether it's sports, theater, debate, chapel band, and you don't have to be great at it. When you're a lot of times nowadays. I mean, Carol, for example, if you're gonna play football, that's what you're gonna do.
Nothing else.
You're gonna do school and you're gonna do football. At Faith, it's not like that.
You're gonna do football, then you're gonna do school.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah. But
sorry.
It's just that breadth of experience that they could get. That's to me. That's what life is all about, is experiencing as many things that you possibly can as young as you are, and then that allows you to be just more adaptable in whatever you're going to do as you get older. And I think that's just been a good, refreshing perspective. I think more of like how I grew up, or we grew up, where you could play a couple different sports and you could,
sport athlete.
you didn't have to have this, sole dedication to one primary focused area.
Yeah, I would say balance. Like, I just think there's a really good balance of like your kids do school, they do worship, they do, even if they're not in the worship band, they have chapel, they have the fine arts part, and everyone comes together. Like, I love when we go to the school plays; those things are packed.
Yeah,
it's not just a football stadium that's packed. I just see the support is like it's a continuum throughout the school. That whether it's the new counterculture thing that's going on at the high school, those things are packed. Worship's packed. Our sports activities. I just feel like there's just a balance of community and like everyone kind of cheering each other on, and your kids have an opportunity to excel and be, the professional athlete. You don't have to be the professional actress or singer, but you get to explore those other talents.
I love
that. And it still has
just other things,
and still the academic rigor and challenge
for sure.
And in a lot of cases, there's more rigor and challenge at Faith than public school. It just
our experience, at least with Carol, because I think I can't speak to much before COVID, and I've been told it was really different. But if you talk to parents now and our experience after COVID, it's a totally different academic environment.
Yeah,
and it's just easy. And our son at TCU would tell you like, oh my gosh, I wasn't prepared. They don't prepare you at Carroll. Like, it was way too easy. College is hard.
Yeah.
And he was a straight A student at Carroll. It's not the same. And I'm watching the homework and I'm just seeing what's going on with Beckett and Addington.
Right.
It's totally different. The academics I don't think people think that they are. Oh, it's private school. It just goes deeper. Everything goes deeper. But your teachers, I feel like too, they care. They're not here because they're not here for the money.
Yeah.
They're here because they care.
Because they care.
And
They care for the
they
kids.
do go the extra mile. And they show up at all the events and they know your kid by name. It's just nice.
And Mr. Hall talked about it actually in a meeting this morning where he said, the importance of your kids learning how to advocate for themselves and be approachable to teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing is the teachers are receptive to that. It's not like I don't have time because I got
400 students.
400 students that I got to grade papers for. It's
Right.
like, no, but what do we need to do to help you get better in whatever you
Much more personal attention.
Intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's an more intentional and an intimate environment that you can't really, first of all, you can't replicate in a large public school. And it's a challenge for private schools, I think, to be able to really replicate that. And at least it has, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
In the other places we've been.
Well, Grapevine Faith is unique because of the faculty, the staff, and because of families like the Ruiz family. And so we're so thankful that they're at Grapevine Faith. I really appreciate you guys sharing your story. I really feel like it's going to resonate with somebody out there. And I'm just thankful that you guys are at Faith. And thanks for sitting down with me.
We're thankful to be here.
Well, the second half of Grapevine Faith Lions and the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals coming up next here on the Grapevine Faith. Now we're back. Sorry. Now we're back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Real quick, Steve. I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsors for our broadcast buddies, as we like to call them. Kelly Massey and Grip Productions, David Campese and Campese Restaurants, Norberto Gonzalez and NG Concrete, Brian and Michelle Dooley, Kevin Abercrombie and his family. Thank you guys for sponsoring us this year. Really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
those
you.
broadcast buddies with their donations definitely helped get us back on the air with video this year. So we are very, very thankful for their help and their support. So about to start the second half here. The Lions score shows us 22, but the score is actually 27-25. Here come the Lions out of the helmet onto the field. Anticipate the Cardinals to come out shortly. I'm running the camera here momentarily. So here come the Cardinals back on the field for the second half. See what adjustments have been made.
Well, one adjustment that has been made, Steve, is the scoreboard. You're still showing 27-22.
It is
27-25.
It is. It is incorrect, as we know that. So we'll have to wait to get that checked and see what happens if we can't get that corrected. We are still, we've made some progress on the Mixler. If you're trying to get on Mixler, we've got the computer working now, but we can't get the Mixler app to load. So we're just, again, folks, just at the mercy of good old Murphy's Law here. So we're a little hot on YouTube, Jack. I'm going to turn this down just a hair. So again, non-district game here. Fort Worth Christian had their homecoming festivities at halftime, and you got to see the Lionettes and the Lion cheerleaders. Really enjoyed our Stories of Faith sit down with Bryce and Michaela Ruiz. Really, really neat family. Really amazing. Their kids, two youngest kids, Beckett and Addington. Beckett's legally blind. I mean, they've got macular degeneration, and but man, he's out on the football field in that defensive line on the JV team. Addington involved with dance, and both of them in musical theater. So just really cool to see that family active and really supportive of Grapevine Faith. They had been through several. The coach is trying to get the scoreboard changed still, Jack. You're right. They're probably not going to start this second half without that corrected. So we'll see what the I think the officials, they're trying to get they're motioning over to the
I just want to make sure you knew the
coaches.
score was wrong. Somebody with authority down there, Patrick.
You're on the air, Jack. Yeah, right? Mark Edwards says it changes the whole game plan now that they're only up 2 instead of by 5. Still waiting on the scoreboard to change. They've signaled to the press box via the Cardinals.
We don't know what was going on that other side of the stadium.
Well, I think they're
halftime.
probably telling the Fort Worth officials, the Fort Worth Christian coaches, hey, tell the scoreboard operator to change the score to 27-25.
It's like that old Marty Schottenheimer. Don't yell at the refs despite how bad they are.
Oh, me. Good stuff. Super thanks.
All right,
Mark
Steve,
Edwards,
I'm excited.
Cameraman.
I'm excited for the second half.
Yep, we'll see what's in store here, man.
Here comes the pooch again. Fair catch.
Yep.
30-yard line.
Noah Triggeset, Nathan Triggeset, at the 30-yard line with the fair catch.
Well, that was a nice little breeze coming through there, Steve.
Yeah, you're over by the door. I want to switch spots. So, all right. So, hey, they finally got the score corrected. So it's 27-25, correct on the scoreboard now. And if you're listening and watching here on YouTube, be sure to text us, let us know, 817-980-7994, 817-980-7994. First and 10 for the Lions from their own 30-yard line. Keeper by Sebecki. Cuts back up the middle, and he's out close to the 35-yard line.
Nice pick up there.
Yep. 5-yard gain by Clayton.
I'm just watching a little bit of that Fort Worth Christian defense, and I know we've only run one play. They already look like their 14 looks tired. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a saunter.
And maybe they went for like a little 5-mile run at halftime or something.
Maybe.
Maybe run over to downtown Fort Worth and came back. 2nd down and 5, ball at the 35-yard line. Another keeper by Sebeki right up the middle. Cuts over around the left side. Stumbles forward for a couple. They're going to give him 2 on the play. So 3rd down and 3.
Gain of 2 on the play will be 3rd and 3.
Sobecki? What do you think here, Steve?
Probably. Well, let's see. If you again, they've got a lot of men in the box. There goes Sebeki to the left side trying to get around the edge, and he does. And knocked out close to a first down. He needed to get to the 40. Let's see where they mark him. They mark him at the 38-yard line, so that's going to be a 2-yard short. So gain of 1.
What? Wow.
Lions offense stays on the field.
I thought that was a first down, Steve.
And the Cardinals stacking the box. There's Sebeki right up the middle. Pounds forward. He's out. Trevor Williams just had his helmet completely taken off. That didn't fall off by mistake. No flag on the play. He's got to come off the field because he got his helmet ripped off.
Oh, here we go.
Well, some kid named Jensen Anthony going out to snap. Lord, oh Lord. For one play.
I'll take over here from here, Steve. Watch the play.
Come on, kid. Good snap here to Clayton. Oh, false start by Ben Wagner, I believe. Yep.
Well, that wasn't the center's fault.
So that'll back him up 5 yards. 1st down and 15. Well, technically, yeah, I guess they did.
Mark is on the camera over here. He's telling us. I don't think he could have gone back in. But
yeah, they didn't formally run a play, but he's back out there.
Nobody's going to notice.
Caleb Ferguson has put those Cardinals in the cage. I agree with you,
Caleb.
Caleb.
It was a good snap, by the way.
It was a good snap. Yeah. It was a little bit to his right, but Clayton reeled it in. 1st down and 15. Lions at their own 36-yard line. Sebeki looking to pass. Rolls to the near side. Escapes a tackle.
Oh, my.
Thrown. Oh! Almost caught by Ben Wagner. Sebeki hit hard. Yeah, hit there by Tucker Ashford. Looked a little bit late to me, but no flag. The referee watched the whole thing, and no flag on the play.
I think some of the Faith coaches were wondering about that as well, Steve, on that sideline.
Yeah. Well, the ball was away, and it wasn't like his momentum was carrying him towards him.
Yeah, I think the momentum of Clayton took that ball a little bit further out of Ben's hands, but he almost had that anyways.
Ball just out of the reach of Ben Wagner there. So 2nd down and 15.
I'm really tired of the music for them.
Yeah, we got music and sound effects. Clayton on the keeper and hit immediately.
Ooh, that almost looked like a target.
Taken down at the 34-yard line. Clayton's still on the ground.
I mean, he drilled him in the back with his helmet.
Yeah, a lot of physical play here by the Cardinals.
That was a kind of a cheap shot, Steve. I don't know if the people at home could see that. There looked like it just a helmet right to the back of the head, or back to the back.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Definitely trust what you saw, Jack. But so 3rd down and 17. Ball at the 34-yard line. Big play here for the Lions, trying to keep this drive going. Got Ben Wagner looking deep. Almost caught by Ben Wagner. Great play there by the defender to knock the ball loose. Well, we've seen Ben reel in some amazing catches. I thought he might have one more up his sleeve there, but not able to reel it in.
Well, not really what I expected out of the offensive series in the second half, Steve. I was kind of hoping for a sustained drive, kind of like we saw in the latter half of the second quarter. But you're going to have to punt it away
Well, you had
on your defense.
You had a close to a late hit on Sebeki. You had Trevor Williams have his helmet ripped off of his head. Those things don't just fall off. Ben Wagner to punt. A good punt here to this side. Hits it about the 30. Still rolling down inside the 10. Going to have a good Grapevine Faith roll all the way down to the 8-yard line. But you had some extracurricular activity there that wasn't called. I mean, again, Trevor Williams' helmets. The helmets did not just fall off of players.
No. That was a lot like the Liberty Christian game last year where a lot of the helmets were coming off.
Oh, gosh, yeah. In the first quarter alone, I think Grady Norman had it ripped off 5 or 6 times. So big opportunity here for the Lions defense. They were not able to convert there on that first series here of the second half. Cardinals leading 27-25, 8 minutes, 58 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Kind of flipped the field on that one, Steve. I think I think that was a good call to punt it away.
Yeah, no question. No question. But you need a big stand here by your defense. Another tight formation here for the Cardinals. There's Dodd with the play action handoff. Inside, great penetration there. Jake Ford and Van Shoemaker on the tackle. Great penetration there. And a loss of about 3 on the play. So second down and 13.
Nice defensive play there. We need about 2 more of those.
Boy,
Steve.
you needed a big stop there, didn't you? And you got it. So let's see here.
I felt like the defense played pretty good in that second quarter. I hope they keep it up.
Second down, 13. Play action. Dodd back in the end zone. Pass incomplete. Intended for number 21, Aiden Skiles. That falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Colin Abercrombie.
I think if I was defense here, I'd bring the kitchen sink to him.
Yep, no doubt. Hey, want to give a shout-out. Coach Bobby Holland's parents, Bob and Beth, watching from Athens, Texas. Holland family, great to have you listening.
Great burger joint down there on Lake Athens, Steve.
Inside the 25-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Big run there by Clayton Sebeki.
Yeah, a 12-yard run there by Sebeki. Nice job.
Well, Wagner comes out of the game. You kind of had to know that Clayton was going to keep that, didn't you? And they still couldn't stop him. So
yeah, and that's what we're talking about. I think every year we come into Fort Worth Christian, they appear to be down, and then they end up having like 4 guys that are just offensive weapons on their side. Yeah. And every year we come back with kids that we're still trying to season a little bit.
Right. All right, 1st and 10. 6 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lions trailing 27-25. There's Christian Corley in motion. Fake jet sweep. Wide open is Nathan Triggerstead, and this time he reels it in for a touchdown. Boy, great pass and catch there from Clayton to Nathan. That time he was not going to be denied and reel that in.
Himself a little bit there, Steve, after that drop pass in the first half.
Yep.
Great catch, great throw, great call. I mean, they hadn't seen Christian Corley coming across on that jet sweep, didn't know what he was going to do.
Right.
They really kind of bet on that.
Well, they 100% bet on it. And Triggerstead was 10 yards past the defender, wide open in the end zone. So great pass there by Clayton to get it in Nathan's hands. Snap is up, and then it is no good. It is missed to the left. So that's a 4-point lead for the Lions. They lead 31-27, first lead of the game.
Steve, I said 5 plays. It was 4 plays.
It was 4. Yeah. Hey, that was great. That's impressive. That's impressive.
That's actually really good. That was a really good offensive series. Set up by Fort Worth. Actually, again, it's set up by the punt inside the 10.
Yeah.
And that gave them the short field. You were going to get a short field anyways, even no matter what happened on that penalty. But
and this was a game of field position in the first half, Jack. If you remember, when we tried the onside kick, we give them a short field. We had the turnover.
I'm not familiar with the onside kick. Did we actually do an onside
kick? We had the fumble, which they recovered at their own 45. So, yeah, I mean, that's or at the Lions 45, I should say.
Yeah.
So this has been a game of field position, and if you don't – and again, you talk about we started at the 40. That's because we had them pinned on that deep punt, and then we had that great defensive stop on first down, and then the 2 incomplete passes.
Yep.
So 6 minutes, 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lions leading 31-27. And as if the student section did not need any more reason to get involved, I think they've grown in number, but they have definitely gotten louder here in this start of the second half. So the Lions looking to kick off, hopefully deep. Jack will have an absolute heart attack if they onside.
I will have a heart attack.
There's a line drive kick by Holroyd, and that's going to go through the end zone for a touchback.
That's good.
There is a, just uncalled for block coming up. I'm not sure what the officials are looking at, but 14 came up and just laid into Jackson Walker.
Did we have a little cheap shot out there, Steve?
Yeah. And again, there was just no play on the ball, and he laid his shoulder into him. It's, again, no penalty. Yeah, ball needs to be back to the 25.
I was like, I didn't want to show my stupidity. I thought I missed something there.
No. All right, first
Coming
and 10
out
for the
again,
Cardinals
Steve.
at their own 25. 2 receivers on the near side. There's an inside handoff to number 19. Nice tackle there. Landon Spencer on the carry.
Now, Steve, that's where they're going to find success, is that they can stop that run. I thought Dodds had a pretty good passing game, but, man, they were giving up some big runs in that first half.
Yep. 2nd and 8. Dodd back to pass. Throw to the far sideline. Pass falls incomplete. Intended for Aiden Skiles.
You know, in the defensive line, they're not getting to Dodd, but they're getting close to Dodd, and he has to do something with that ball. I mean, they're not quite getting there, but they're getting enough of pressure on him.
I think when they've had a design rollout, Dodd is very effective with that. But when he's forced out, man, the student section is going absolutely nuts right now. The fans on the line side. Play action here. Pass on this side. Hit immediately by Ben Wagner, but that's going to be enough for a first down.
Boy, Ben was playing.
Grant Golly on the reception.
Ben was way off on that one.
Man, I thought Ben was going to pick that for a pick six. If he could jump in front of that, he is gone. I mean, not even close. Anybody catching him. He walked in untouched there if he would have picked that off.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball at their own 36-yard line.
May have been baiting him to kind of throw it.
Shifting around by the defensive front for the Lions. The Cardinals do some maneuvering of their own. Clock running 5 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. There's a keeper by Dodd, takes it around the right edge. Great tackle there by Colin Abercrombie. Great Colin Abercrombie. Great open field tackle. Gain of about one, we'll call it a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8.
Not sure that was a generous spot, Steve.
Yeah, it was.
I think that was a no-gainer, but.
Yep. 2nd down and 8 here. See what the Cardinals have dialed in.
If y'all can't hear Mrs. Corley shaking her
if you can't hear that cowbell, you need to have your hearing checked. Dodd forced out of the pocket. He's running to the near side.
Get him.
He's going to go out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Oh, no, he's going to give him short.
Just short at the 45. So brings up a big 3rd and 1 play here for the Cardinals.
Well, I mean, Dodd, so in the second half, I mean, I know we haven't been out there. He's 1 for 4. And they basically have shut down the rushing attack.
Yep. Well, they've got two running backs in the backfield now with Dodd, with 2 receivers on the far side and 1 on the near side. Switching things up in the backfield. 7 seconds left on the play clock. Clock stop with 4 minutes, 47 seconds left here. The Cardinals are going to take a timeout. Yeah, they didn't get the play or the look that they wanted there, Jack.
I like it when you got to force a timeout this early in the second half.
Yep.
And they looked flustered. And they're the ones kind of on the going forward, too.
Yep. Yeah, in this close of a game, I agree with you, Jack. You want to get them to eat up some timeouts early.
Well, again, you mentioned it earlier. Great to have the fans out here tonight. This is a big road fan turnout.
No question, man. It feels like a home game. I mean, the stands are packed on this visitor side. The student section they're down very similar to Grapevine Faith. They've got their own section down towards the south end zone, and it is almost completely packed, and they're going nuts. Yell leaders and
Mr. Boyce's band is out here.
Yes, Fred Boyce.
Hey, shout out to Scott Kidwell listening out in Midland, Texas tonight. He's one of our loyal listeners.
All right, big 3rd down play, 3rd and 1. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. It's a man in motion for the there's Dodd on a play action. He's looking deep. Pass intended for number 12 and falls incomplete. Well, we're trying to get the string.
35-31, 2:52 left in the third.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Our little spotty Wi-Fi. As Jack just said earlier, bye week next week. Then 3 of the next 5 games are at home. They've got road games against Tyler Grace. Then they're home against John Paul October. Following week, they're on the road at Legacy Christian for a district game, and then their final district game at home against Bishop Dunn. So that's what the rest of the schedule looks like. But right now, the Lions trying to take care of business here against Fort Worth Christian.
You circled this game on the calendar, and we're just hoping to be 2-2 getting into this game, and that's what we did. I'm hoping that they can pull this out tonight.
Well, this has been a game of momentum shifts for sure. It's called for and made.
Say take this, 8 plays, take it to the fourth quarter, start trying to run a little clock on this thing.
We'll see what Coach Ware has in store. First place from scrimmage on. There's a keeper by Sebecki here around the right side. Cuts it back up the middle of the field. Finally knocked down. Big hit, but that's enough for a first down. 10-yard run there by Clayton Sebecki.
Nice 10-yard run by Sebecki. It looked like he got stopped after 5 and then just carried it another 5.
Yep.
He's had a nice night rushing the ball.
Boy, he has. They've leaned on him heavily tonight, and he's done well. He's had some good passes as well.
I say that like I expected something different, though.
You're right.
Sorry
Wait, Clayton Sebecki has a good night. He's running the ball a lot. Deep pass looking for Ben Wagner. Almost caught. Almost an acrobatic catch by Ben Wagner. So close.
Boy, Ben got stretched out, and then he got hit.
Yep. He's down. I think he may have like a strained oblique or something possible, the way that it was just an awkward when he stretched for the ball and then he got hit after the ball went through his hands.
Hush over the crowd, Steve.
Yep. We hope the feed on YouTube is better, folks. We're just kind of a huge thanks, by the way, to Tammy Peden. We would not be on the air tonight if it was not for her. So huge thanks there. We got a couple of weeks to get our
Tammy Peden.
Tammy Peden.
Yeah,
she's the
she's
bomb.
On it.
Ben Wagner's up on his own.
I think actually, if I get all the training, Steve, I can start doing the soccer games for Knox and the varsity squad. So
hey,
there's not much talking going on in those games.
There's not much. No, it's goal.
Yeah, there's not too many fans there either. Just gives me an excuse to sit in the booth when it's cold outside.
So Wagner walks off on his own strength, so it looked to be okay. Just maybe strained it a little bit. But 2nd down and 10 now for the Lions at the Cardinal 47-yard line. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. Snap to Sebecki. He's going to keep it, take it around the left side. Still on his feet, out near the 40-yard line. So nice little, there's a penalty flag. Yeah, that's probably from the spot of the foul, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and probably 14, 15-yard line or so. Tristan Dare coming back in the game.
Yeah, I like Tristan Dare at that position rather than Little.
Yeah. Big tank. Walker Little also a threat to run and does a great job blocking as well. So that takes the ball back to the Lions' 47-yard line. 2nd down and 15. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. 35-31 Cardinals on top. Sebecki back to pass. Chased out of the pocket, runs here to the right side. Ball is stripped, the ball is on the ground, and the Cardinals recover. Clayton Sebecki got hurt on that play.
Almost looked like Clayton got hit in the head on that play.
Yeah. We got the hold earlier on the Lions, but the shot to the head on the quarterback, we didn't get that. Literally 5 yards in front of the official. That's the thing, Jack. I mean, you're going to miss calls, I get it, but when somebody's getting hurt because of it, that's a whole different story to me.
Well, and the guy's standing right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Clayton's still down on the field. He's right on the sideline. Got an injured player, so we can make sure we play some happy music. Unbelievable. Yeah, Jack, I don't dislike this as much as Liberty Christian, but it's becoming a close second.
Yeah.
Clayton is up. So the Cardinals will take over at the Lions 44. About to come back on. Okay, folks, we're back on the air here on the YouTube stream. Apologies for that. Trying to see if this will help the buffering. So bring you up to speed here. After the Cardinals scored, they kicked off. Lions had a short run, and Wagner falls incomplete, but there was defensive pass interference. So that brings up a first down for the Lions at their own 42-yard line.
First and 10, 21 for Grapevine Faith.
.17 seconds left here in the third quarter. Cardinals leading 42-31. First down and 10. Here's Wagner in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Clayton runs to his right here. He's going to run out of bounds. And he's hit out of bounds again. That's happened several times tonight, Jack.
I think they're finally paying attention to this. There was several late hits on Sobecki after the play. That ref had his hand on the flag as they were running out of bounds still. He was calling that no matter what.
Well, that was 34 Bryce Bradley that shoved out of bounds. So that's going to tack another 15 yards onto the end of that run.
Personal foul against the Cardinals.
That'll march at 15 yards. That's going to take it inside Cardinal territory.
We talked about this in the first half. I mean, these guys keep giving us the yardage, and we just can't execute on what we need to do.
Yep. So first down for the Lions after that about an 8-yard run there by Sobecki, an additional 15 yards tacked on the late hit out of bounds. 42-31, Cardinals leading. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Plenty with a full quarter to go. Snap back to Sobecki. He's looking to pass. He's hit as he throws. Caught by Ben Wagner. Nice pass and catch down to about the 32-yard line. Good pass there by Clayton. Hit as he threw and finally found a way to get it to Wagner in his hands. So that's going to be the end of the second quarter. Excuse me, the third quarter. We're going to move it down to the other end of the half, the other end of the field. 42-31, Cardinals leading.
That's a nice play there. I mean, we don't seem to pick up those 5-yarders. It's usually not all or 15 or more, you know.
Well, again, very physical game tonight. Seeing a lot of extracurricular activity on the Cardinal side. I'm just going to call it what it is. You can call me Homer if you want, but I'm just stating fact.
I'm with Steve.
42-31, Cardinals leading. Start of the fourth quarter. Grapevine Faith cheerleaders on the sideline, getting the crowd going. The student section, camo theme this week for the for the pep
I believe
rally.
it's bird hunting.
It was bird hunting. Correct. Yeah, apologies. Yes, Angry Birds, bird hunting. That's camo's one of the homecoming in a few weeks. So keep me on the straight and narrow, Jack Wharton. Yeah, folks, if you can hear us, we're getting information that the feed says we're still buffering. So if you can hear us, you may have to go audio only for the moment. Coach Holland is having a conversation with the referee and trying to explain to him, like, dude, I would love to know what he's saying.
Typically, the visiting team arranges for the refs.
Yes, so we're not going to use these guys.
No.
All right, so here's Faith, second down and 4 at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. Walker Little in the backfield with Clayton. So Clayton on a keeper. Walker out leading, takes it around the right side, still on his feet. There's a flag down. We got that hold.
I don't know. Maybe that might not be.
Yeah, I'm almost guarantee it.
I don't know why.
Guarantee it. Yep.
Triggerstead was laying down on the ground like he
Hold against the Lions.
Had to be.
We have a couple of scores to pass along. In Arlington, the Texas Rangers victorious over the Seattle Mariners 8-5. And the Houston Astros go down to the Kansas City Royals down in Houston. First place Texas Rangers.
Cardinals leading 42-31. 11:53 here left in the game. Holding call against the Lions on that run by Sebecki. So that backs it up to the 41-yard line of the Cardinals. That's a really frustrating night.
Yeah, not terrible, though. I mean, you're still 12, 13 yards.
Yeah, there's tons of time left. I mean, you're not worried about the clock really at this point. Snap back to Sebecki. Pass to the far side to Wagner, which is complete. Stays on his feet. Finally wrapped up. Gets inside the 35-yard line. Well, Wagner did a good job of holding on to the football there, Jack. He got popped a couple of times and spun around.
It looked like they thought they were off. They were offsides, but they did not get the call, but they did get 7 yards on that play.
Now, I don't know if Jeff Thompson and his family are listening, but they are. I want to give them a big shout-out. And want to give a shout-out to one of the biggest Grapevine Faith fans, Jagger Thompson. Jagger, you are the man, dude. Love you, buddy. Low snap to Clayton. He's going to keep it. Breaks through. He's got a big hole right up the middle. Still on his feet. Breaks a couple tackles. Still on his feet. Trying to get to the end zone. Goes to the corner. Touchdown, Clayton Sebecki. What a run, Jack. No flags on the play. Wow.
What a run on that, Steve. My gosh.
Unbelievable.
So many broken tackles, and then he just gets to the pylon. That was such a great call by that ref, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there. I mean, he scored. I mean, he just hit the pylon. And, wow, what a great play there. And our fans have lit loose the talcum powder as it blows across the field. Mr. Hall he disappeared. I bet he went over there to that section.
There he goes. He's walking down. He's going to shut down the talcum powder.
Yeah, stop with the talcum powder.
Lions are showing that swinging gate formation. 18 seconds left on the play clock.
Okay, Mark, this is where you probably need to go for two, but
again, a lot of time left. Josh Holroyd coming in to make it a 4-point game. 5 seconds left on the play clock here.
And they're not going to get this off either.
Should, yep. Hold is up, kick is up, and it is good right down the middle.
Okay, all right.
So, 10 minutes, 54 seconds left in the game, 42-38. Jack, I don't know coming to this game if I knew it was going to be this big of an offensive showdown. I guess I should have expected it, knowing that Dodd's a good passer, and of course the Lions can put up points.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be a shootout, but I kind of thought we were going to be dominant, and I would say that you can't say that. I think Fort Worth Christian has had more of a dominant offensive line than we have. Not that we played bad.
I would agree.
I just thought that, than we have tonight. But
Lisa Corley, she's asking to get on the camera. There you are, Lisa. I'm just kidding. Braxton, Lisa, Christian and Slade's parents, and Lane Corley's parents. Again, a lot of emotion, a lot of energy from that student section.
Please kick it. I'm hoping you're going to kick it deep.
We would hope. Boy, I tell you what, Jack, I'm just still reeling from that last run by Sebecki. That was all heart and grit.
Yep.
I don't know how many broken tackles he had, lost count after a couple, and he just willed himself into that end zone. Really incredible.
Oh.
So here's a kick, a line drive kick. Picked up at the 12-yard line, brought here to the near side, trying to pick up a block. Cuts back inside, forced out of bounds.
Good contain on the outside there, Steve. Kind of pushed him back to the middle.
So out to the 36-yard line, so decent field position for the Cardinals. A lot of time left, 10 minutes, 48 seconds. Cardinals leading 42-38.
And you were talking about the offensive output for Fort Worth Christian. I kind of saw some of their scores. It looked like they were offensively dominant, but they were playing against an inferior opponent, so I didn't know what to take from that.
Right. How do you don't read too much into that? All right, 1st and 10 Cardinals from their own 36. Play action by Dodd, chased out of the pocket. Trevor Dare giving chase, he tucks it, runs, and he's hit. Good hit there by Colin Abercrombie. A lot of games in play here, but a lot of missing scores. Don't have a lot over here from around the Metroplex, so we'll get back to you on that.
So, Steve, we're
21.
Whoa.
Dallas Christian's pretty good ball team. Thomas Catholic over John Paul II, 49-3. The Lions do have an upcoming match against John Paul.
Oh,
Lions
man.
going to be caught off Paul.
Oh,
Lions
man.
going to be caught offside. Caught by Golly out near the 45.
Still, they take that.
Hey, we want to give a shout out from Braxton just as fast as possible.
That line has done a great job tonight. They haven't made that mistake.
Catches it and gets enough for the first down. That'll move the chains. Clock will run shortly, just inside of 10 minutes. Yeah, folks, if you. All right, we are back on the air, folks. We apologize for all the issues. Bring you up to speed here. The Cardinals kicked it deep. Clayton Sebecki brought it back from the 3-yard line inside the 30-yard line, and the Lions are threatening to score. There's Sebecki on the keeper again. And he is in for the touchdown. Clayton Sebecki is going to be exhausted after tonight, Jack.
Sorry, Steve. What?
I said Sebecki's going to be absolutely exhausted tonight.
Yeah.
He has put this team on his back tonight.
Yeah, I would say he's going to need a cryo bath tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. If not tonight. So Josh Holroyd now trying to make it a 3-point game. 7 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. If you just joined us, the Cardinals scored, kicked off. Clayton Sebecki brought it back about 70 yards. And he just punched it in for the touchdown. That kick by Josh Holroyd is good. So with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left, it is a 3-point game. Cardinals 48, Lions 45. Absolute heavyweight bout here.
Steve, just watching Holroyd kick that extra point, I have a lot more confidence in our kicker trying to get 3 points than their kicker trying to get 3 points.
Well, yep, if it comes down to that, Jack, you're right.
I think Mark was talking about earlier about the 2-point conversion. We should have gone for the 2, but I think if you get down here and you score and you're up 3, I'd go ahead and go for the 2-point conversion at that point. I guess it really doesn't matter at that time.
Yeah.
Scratch that plan.
Well, you're right, though, Jack. From a special team standpoint, the scales are tipped so far in favor of the Lions, it's not even funny. There's Michael Offord down there trying to get hydration to his teammates. Freaking love that guy.
Offord was such a nice surprise of this season. I mean, pounding that ball right down the middle.
Hoping he gets back here before the end of the season, man. Really, really want to see him finish up.
And I got to be honest with you, he looks smaller without any pads on.
Yeah. Still a big. He's got guns though, man. Look at that. Kid's a monster. So Clayton Sebecki coming over, sitting down, getting some attention from the trainer. I'm guessing he's just exhausted.
Get a pickle juice or some Gatorade in that kid.
Yeah, he is physically exhausted right now, is Sebecki. All right, so as we said, 7 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. Cardinals leading 48-45. Josh Holroyd to kick. And there's an onside kick, and the Cardinals recover.
Flag.
Is there a flag on the play?
Well, I think our guy touched it before it went 10 yards.
Well, they're kicking from the 35. That's past 10 yards. That was so close.
No, they're kicking from the 40, Steve. And they got a flag down here. I think we were offsides as well.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's a lot going on here.
You got a flag down, and then I think we touched it beforehand. That has to be offsides on us.
So penalty, legal touch by the Lions. So we'll see what the see what we do here with take the result of the play. Luke Dodd screaming at his team to come together for a huddle. This is the first time we've really seen them huddle up in a while. They've been quick to the line of scrimmage or calling the plays from the sideline.
I think he thinks this is going to be the drive that puts this game away. So let's see what the defense can dial up.
Well, Cardinals with awesome field position at the Lions' 49-yard line. There's a pitch. Great snuffed out there by Trevor Williams. Great play there by the Lions defense. Trevor Williams and Colin Abercrombie in there on the stop. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Again, I know we've given up 48 points, but I think the defense has shut down this running game.
Yeah, you've asked a lot of your defense tonight. I will give the Cardinals credit. Dodd has hit us with some of the deep passes that he's known for this season, but he's also done a good job of taking his reads and dumping off short when he's had to. Here's Dodd, play action, pass on the far side. Almost picked off. Ben Wagner. Nothing but daylight all the way to the end zone if he reels that in. Great read there by Ben Wagner.
Boy, this sideline would have gone berserk.
So close to picking that off. We got a couple OSHA violations over here in the press box.
Yeah.
Jack almost cut his hand right off on this piece of metal. All right, so 3rd down and 9. Big play for the Lions defense. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game. Cardinals leading 48-45.
Hunter gets some safety help on this side.
Dodd looking to pass.
Yeah,
chased out of the pocket, chased by Tristan Dare. Almost makes the tackle. Here comes Corbin Irwin.
He's past the line of scrimmage.
Yep. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, the play that doesn't matter because he was past the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be an illegal forward pass. Great pressure there by Tristan Dare to chase Dodd out of the pocket. So that's going to be a legal forward pass. So that's going to be, it should be a 10-yard penalty and loss of down. Got legal forward pass against the. It's not quite the right. I thought this was a legal forward pass, Jack.
What's that?
I thought this signal was a legal forward pass, but
I believe that's correct, Steve.
All right.
What did he do? This?
Yeah, he was past the line. Yeah, he did this. He did 2 hands by him.
Oh.
Bobby Holland trying to explain to him. Yeah, legal forward pass. That's going to be. Yep, loss of down the play.
That's a loss of down.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yep. Correct. Thank you. So 4th down and 14, and the Cardinals are going to call a timeout and talk this one over.
Wow. 2nd timeout they've called.
Jack, I would be shocked if they go for this. I would be absolutely shocked. You're giving the Lions the ball. You're up 3. Make them go the length of the field.
Yeah. You got the wind.
Well, man, you could not ask for a better game. This is an absolute, like we said, an absolute heavyweight fight. 6 minutes, 12 seconds left. 4th down and 14. Ball spotted at the Cardinals' own 47-yard line. Cardinals lead by 3, 48-45. And it looks like they're going to punt this away. Got Jackson Beck, their kicker, back to kick. So Ben Wagner will go back to receive the punt. Lions trying to get lined up here correctly. Ben Wagner back at his 15-yard line. Kick is away. Good high punt.
That was a good punt.
It's going to hit at the 15. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, so good job there by Ben to kind of shield the defender.
Over just south of here in Fort Worth earlier tonight. Dallas Christian comes out on top with Nolan Gatlin.
Well, 6:02 left in this ball game, Steve. This is going to be a good one for the finish. Hopefully our Mixler and our YouTube is working well for our fans out there. Yeah,
folks, if you're listening, we did have some we were not on the we were not on the Wi-Fi for Fort Worth Christian. We were on a hotspot. We switched to a different one now, so hopefully that solves the problem, and we don't have any issues here with 6 minutes left in the game. We don't want you to miss any of the action here. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 20-yard line, trailing by 3. Again, 6 minutes, 2 seconds left in the game. Lions with all 3 timeouts. Cardinals only have 1. There's Sebecki with the handoff to Walker Little. He stumbles forward for a couple.
Walker Little looked like he didn't know what he wanted to do there. He didn't know what I don't know how to go left, right, forward.
Bryce Bradley's over the Cardinals in on the tackle. It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
I think he's probably going to keep this on the ground for as long as he possibly can, Steve.
Yeah, it'd be nice to put together a nice sustained drive here. Coach Trey Dickert, he don't want anything to do with it. He's all the way down the 20-yard line at the other end of the field. He's getting the bird's eye view. Here's Sebecki on the keeper, going around the right side, trying to pick up a block. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So 3rd down and 5.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag down. Yep, and that we've got that hold against the Lions. Well, they have got that call down tonight.
That looked like a weird play anyways, as it was, Steve. It just kind of ran into a wall over there.
So that's going to back up the Lions to their own 15. Wow, we're in their own 14-yard line. So we're going to replay 2nd down.
So good, so good. Sweet Carolina.
2nd down and 16. Ball at their own 14-yard line. Sebecki back to pass. Looking deep. He's got Ben Wagner down the middle of the field. Almost makes an acrobatic catch. Incomplete.
Ben almost looked like he was looking for contact.
Yeah. I think he was waiting to get hit, and he didn't. But he almost made another acrobatic catch. He's had some amazing catches this season.
On your feet, Cardinal fans, for this big 3rd down. Let's cheer on our defense.
3rd down and 16.
We'll see what Coach Ware dials up on this one.
Yeah. You going to throw it deep, or are you going to have Sebecki keep it? He's looking to pass. Looking deep again. Throwing deep for Ben Wagner. There's a penalty flag down. Intercepted, but there's a penalty flag down.
I think that's got to be a hold on Fort Worth.
And there's
Christian.
there's going to be another penalty right here. Yeah, there's another penalty flag coming in late. Another cheap shot by the Cardinals. We've seen about 5 or 6 of those tonight, and thank goodness they got this one. So you're going to have pass interference, and you're going to have a unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cardinals. That's about the 5th or 6th time tonight, Jack, where they've had a cheap shot on one of our guys, and it's frustrating.
It's the only time you're going to get this fixed is when you start with ejections of players.
Yep.
There's no need for that
None.
out here.
He was well past the line that was looking to make a play. It was Nathan Trigestad. And he got absolutely blindsided by 2 guys. It was completely unnecessary.
I think the pass interference / hold over here is a good call. I did not see the off-ball penalty, but you did.
Well, yeah, what happened was the defender that intercepted the ball was just playing that. The other guy was actually holding Ben the entire time, and Ben was trying to come back to the ball, and he couldn't get to it. Now, they picked up this flag. They called pass interference. Let's see. Let's see what the call is. The referee came over to this side. Okay. So we had a pass interference play. They picked up the flag on the cheap hit. It's 1st and 10 for the Lions, but they picked up the flag on the cheap shot to Nathan Trigestad. I'm lost on that one, Jack. Again, they get a 1st down out of it, but how this guy threw a flag and his hat. This guy threw a flag. I am
I don't know
so
what's going
lost
on here. Oh, now we're gonna get together.
I am so confused on why do you pick that flag up? All right, there we go. So, yeah, they are going to, well, let's see. Hold on. No, they just move it out to the 20. 8-yard line.
It looked like an arbitrary spot there, Steve.
Man, what happened on the cheap shot to Triggerstad? How do you pick that up? It's a 15-yard penalty. All right, 1st and 10 Lions. 5 minutes, 6 seconds left. Lions still trailing by 3. Snap back to pass caught by Noah Smith. Out over the 35-yard line. Nice gain of about 8 on the play. You like those plays, Jack. Brings up a shorter, 2nd down and a couple. Second down and 3. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Clock running, 4 minutes, 42 seconds left in the game. Carter's leading by 3.
I like this clock running, Steve. I like the way they're running this clock and keeping the D off the field. Just got to keep getting the first downs.
Yeah, defense is getting a much-needed rest here. Control the ball. Keeper by Sebecki right up the middle. He's out over the 40-yard line. That's going to make it a first down. Well, Clayton lowered his head and just absolutely barreled through there. Didn't wait for had an opening and took it and immediately just freight trained his way through.
The Lions will have up for a first down at the 40.
So, clock continues to run. Just over 4 minutes left in the game. Again, the Lions trailing by 3. Ball at their own 43-yard line. Yeah, it's one of those things, Jack. You want to score, but you don't want to leave too much time on the clock.
Well, I know that's why I think the sustained drive that they got here with the run, I think they've done a really nice job with it.
3 seconds left on the play clock. They just get it off. There's a keeper by Clayton Sebecki, and he's swarmed up big time. Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Tackle for the loss of Sebecki.
It looked like they were in there trying to read the menu that he had on his on his arm on that one.
Tristan Dare in the game now.
The coach was not happy with Little on that. Maybe missed a block.
May have. There's Ben Wagner in motion. There's a jet sweep. Cuts it back inside. Still on his feet. Cuts it to the outside looking to pick up a block. Still on his feet. He's down the sideline. Finally brought down inside the 40-yard line. First down. Big run by Ben Wagner.
Man, that was a great run by him.
Oh, my goodness. Man, Jack, that play, I'm fooling that play every time. It looks like it can be a 3-yard loss, and then he gets a 15, 20-yard gain.
Yeah, he kind of bounced off the defender and just cut the corner. But, I mean, that's what you want out of him if he gets that speed going.
Cardinals coaching asking for something there. I'm not sure. There is a penalty flag down by the referee, but he's going back to pick it up. So I'm not sure. It was thrown by the umpire. Let's see.
Wait, he just motioned a personal foul.
Let's see what we
now
got.
He's put it back in his pocket.
Nope, that is. They're going to march off. Okay. They're going to march off. Yeah, let's see what we got here. If he's going to. That's additional yardage. Yeah, personal foul. I didn't see what the penalty was. I didn't see where it was. Huh? Personal foul.
I think, Steve, if we reflect back in this game, if I was Fort Worth Christian, you lost this game in penalties.
No question. Well, and they were not clean penalties either. They weren't like a hold here and there. They were cheap shots. There's Clayton on the keeper. Fights through.
That's a face mask.
Pulled down by his face mask. No penalty. Absolutely ripped down by his face mask was Sebecki. Good grief. All right, inside of 3 minutes. Clock running. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the game. Lions driving, down by 3.
I might let the play clock run down and then call a timeout, get your team regrouped with just a touch. Give them a breather, too.
14 seconds left on the play clock. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 22-yard line. Keeper by Sebecki. Brings it to the near side. Picks up a couple blocks. Gets it back inside. He's going to the end zone. Just short. Almost a touchdown. Great run by Clayton Sebecki. Wow. Holy cow.
You talked about guts on that last drive, Steve. Man, that's guts right there from Sebecki.
Clock is stopped momentarily until they reset the marker.
The awkward chain.
2 minutes, 13 seconds with the clock running.
I'd run this play clock down as long as you
all the way
possibly
down. Sebecki's absolutely exhausted. Ball at the 1 yard line. 10 seconds on the play clock. We're right at 2 minutes left in the game. Low snap. Sebecki picks it up. Waiting on the signal. And they stop him short. Yep, no gain on the play. So stop at the 1 yard line.
I almost got no problem with that, Steve. Oh, you still get the play clock going.
I don't know why the clock is stopped. Why is the game clock stopped? Oh, I do not know why. Oh, the official timeout, had a helmet come off in that scrum.
I feel pretty confident in the 1 yard gain from this offensive line. I'd run this clock down as far as you possibly can.
We're a minute and a half left, 20 seconds on the play clock, so about a minute 15 differential. Ten seconds on the play clock. 1:25 left in the game. Ball on the 1 yard line. There's Sebecki. Tries to take it up the middle. Still trying to fight to the end zone. And they're stopping him just short of the goal line. Again, some extracurricular activity. Man alive, Jack, I'm telling you, I have lost a ton of respect for the way that Fort Worth Christian is playing this football game.
Well, he pulled a Witten on you too, Steve. He didn't call you back for the interview either. So,
Fort Worth Christian is going to use their last timeout. 1 minute, 11 seconds left. There's a huge third down play coming up for both teams. Ball is spotted, Jack. I can't really see where it is. It looks like it's around just shy of the goal line. I mean, just a couple inches.
I'm a little confused why this line judge seems to be running into the play like he's not even lined up with where the ball is.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm nervous. So I like to get the ball in now. Let's not dilly-dally.
This has been an unbelievable football game, an absolute heavyweight fight. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the game. Cardinals just used their last timeout. Lions have all three of theirs. Cardinals lead 48-45. Ball just inside the 1 yard line. Jack, I don't know if you don't bring Wagner on a jet sweep, fake that, and have Clayton just run it up the middle.
And that worked better. That worked in the first half, right?
Yep. You bring all the attention on Ben coming along.
You get your big man out there.
Yep.
Lead blocker.
Yep. Let's see what they call here. There's Clayton on the keeper. He's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Lions. Wow. Lions just take a 2-point lead. Josh Holroyd out to make it a 3-point game. 1 minute, 9 seconds left here in the game. Cardinals have no timeouts left.
I'm going to look away, Steve. Tell me what happens.
Christian Corley on the hold. Kick is up and it's good. All right, so 4-point game. 52-48. I was wrong there, Jack. That made it a 4-point game. So now the Cardinals have to score a touchdown.
Yep.
Wow. The swings and momentum in this game have been incredible. The Lions have had to overcome a ton of adversity. But they have played their hearts out. Clayton Sebecki is absolutely just silly. He has put this team on his back, and it's just been unbelievable to watch.
Well, if he was my kid, I'd take him to Pizza Hut tonight after the game's over with.
Right.
Celebrate. Maybe get a whole pitcher of Coca-Cola.
A whole pitcher, huh? All right, we're going to reset here. Lions have just taken the lead, 52-48.
I start doing the stats, Steve. I'm so excited about this game. So.
1 minute, 9 seconds left in the game. Cardinals have no timeouts.
Steve, that's what we talked about that earlier. That was a nice, long, sustained drive, almost 4 minutes in the.
Yep.
47 seconds.
I was going to say about just shy of 5 minutes there left on the clock. So, yeah, good drive there. We talked about there wanting to score, take some time off the clock, but not score too early.
Now, we've seen both from Fort Worth Christian, the long sustained drive, and we also see the quick hitter. What we got to protect is those corners on the sides really need to keep that receiver in front of them. Don't bite on anything.
Yep.
Everything stays in front of you. And that should be what Bobby's probably telling those guys down the sidelines.
Well, if you're me, I'd much rather be up 4 with a minute 9 than down 4 and have trying to figure out a way.
Correct.
There's a line drive kick that was down the field. Fielded at the 5-yard line. Crawpoller trying to find a seam. Finally taken down out over the 30-yard line. So here come the Cardinals with Dodd. A minute 3 left in the game. Your Lions leading 52-48. Cardinals have to score a touchdown. Boy, an interception or a big sack here would be great, Jack. The Cardinals have no timeouts. They're going to start from their own 34-yard line.
So Becky's playing safety now.
What else can he do tonight? Good grief, that kid.
2 safeties deep.
2 receivers on each side.
He needs to come off that. He needs to back up.
There's Dodd looking to pass. Pass here to the outside. Caught. Complete at the 42-yard line. Goes out of bounds. Stops the clock. 57 seconds left. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2. Nice passing catch there to Golly by Dodd.
Yeah, I don't know why Hunter's playing so far up.
He's coming off the field kind of gimpy. Yeah, he's coming off a little bit gimpy. Dodd completed pass to Golly. Inside the 50, inside the Lions territory. Taken down inbounds.
We're so disorganized. We had Triggerstadt coming off with an injury, and we didn't have our players out there fast enough.
Clock will continue to run as when they reset. 50 seconds left in the game.
What are we doing? Call a timeout. Timeout.
Well, Bobby Holland gets the timeout.
Good
just
golly
in time.
almighty. They're so disorganized on the last 2 plays.
Colin Abercrombie is trying to stretch out what probably looks like a cramp. Yeah, we have been caught with our pants down a little bit here defensively, trying to get set up. And I'll be honest with you, Jack, I don't think he got that timeout call before the snap of the ball.
I don't think so either. He was running down there, but my God, I'm glad we got it.
Lions still have 2 timeouts left.
Boy, this harkens back to the timeout that was never called in the Legacy Christian game that we needed last year. You weren't there.
I was not there. The pouring down rain, I was not there. All right, ball at the 49-yard line of the Lions. 43 seconds left in the game. Lions leading by 4. Cardinals have no timeouts. Lions still with 2. Asking for a big stand here. Lion faithful are on their feet. Dodd back to pass. Looks to the far side. Great play by Ben Wagner. Broken up at for Skiles. Diving play by Ben Wagner.
What a play by Ben Wagner.
Now, huge.
We kept switching sides with these cornerbacks, and I know that what they're trying to do, the matchup better, but you can't be doing it when they're quick snapping this thing.
2nd down and 10. 38 seconds left. Clock stopped. Dodd back to pass. Across the middle, complete to Crawpoller. Taken down to the 30-yard line. That'll stop the clock momentarily. 33 seconds left when they reset. Clock will be back in motion. Again, the Cardinals have no timeouts. Inside of 30 seconds, Dodd spikes the ball to stop the clock. 31 seconds left.
The chains weren't even set yet. Wow, Steve, 30 yards. Well, 31 seconds.
31 seconds. Cardinals have to score a touchdown, down by 4. No timeouts left.
It's coming to the right, Steve.
Dodd, sure enough, rolling to his right. Got Cade Crawpoller here short. Caught at about the 20-yard line. Steps out of bounds to stop the clock. Close to a first down. 3rd down. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 20-yard line. Clock stop with 26 seconds. There's Dodd looking to pass. Deep in the end zone. Caught for a touchdown.
Nothing to say there, Steve. The whole series, defensively, we were disorganized.
.20 seconds left on the clock. Kick is up and good. So the Cardinals are up by 3.
We had one play in which the defense was organized enough to run. The other ones that were all running around like ants coming out of a water pile.
All right, 3-point lead for the Cardinals, 55-52. 20 seconds left in the game. The Lions do have 2 timeouts. Jack, I don't know a lot, but I can guarantee you the Cardinals will not kick this ball deep to Clayton Sebecki.
No.
Or Ben Wagner. A little bit of a breeze out of the south end zone. Not really working that hard against the Lions. Clayton Sebecki and Ben Wagner back deep. Well, it's been a heck of a football game, Jack. And the
yeah,
good
football game.
Is going to be. It's going to hurt. It's going to sting.
Not if he runs it all the way back, Steve. It won't hurt at all.
I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that. See what the Cardinals do. Get some sort of squib kick, I would guess. Yep, they pooch it. Noah Smith, fair catch at the 34-yard line.
Well,
now the Lions can tie it up with a field goal, so they don't have to get in the end zone.
Nope. If I was whole road, I'd put my helmet on. I'm over here warming my leg up. That's what I would be doing. You pick up 20 yards, at least give yourself a chance, but you're really going to have to pick up 40, really, to make this thing work.
Three receivers here on the near side, so a little different formation than what we're used to by the Lions. Clayton looking to pass, has to run out of the pocket, throws the ball up for grabs, falls incomplete. Clock down to 13 seconds.
Sebecki's pass incomplete. Bryce Bradley with heavy pressure on the play. 2nd and 10.
Lions are going to take a timeout. Talk this one over. They've got one more left after this one. Yeah, Jack, man, I'm out of stuff, man. I got not much left in the tank after that. That was an absolute punch in the gut.
Yeah, I don't know what to say either, Steve. Tough night tonight. Defensively, I thought we played a little bit better, but that last series was just disorganized. Nobody seemed to know where they were supposed to be. Once you cross that 40-yard line, you got to D up. You don't have the luxury of giving up a 10 or 15-yard pass play, especially in the middle.
Well, your hope here is that there's a missed assignment somewhere and you get somebody behind the defense, or you scoot past a defender, somebody misses a tackle and get in the open field. Again, you just got to get down enough for Josh Holroyd to kick a field goal. He'll be kicking into the wind if they can get him down there. 13 seconds left. Lions trail by 3, 55-52. Again, 3 receivers here on the near side. Pass by Sebecki. Little hitch route. Caught by Ben Wagner. Runs over a guy. It's going to take it. They're going to stop the clock. 7 seconds left. Little cherry picker. Timeout by the Lions. So they used their last timeout, Jack.
Wow, I thought he was going to break that, Steve.
Yeah, oh my gosh, this place would have gone absolutely insane. So close to breaking that. No. Man, so close to breaking that. Oh my goodness. So Jack, you've got you're either going to have to throw long, and that's probably going to be your last play. That would run the clock out. Or, again, you don't have any timeouts left, so you're going to have to do something probably, along the sideline. Maybe roll to this near side, which is the far side. You got more field to work with. This side, the far, near side, but it's more room to work with, and try to catch Wagner or Noah or somebody here along the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, Holroyd's probably good for maybe 37 into the wind.
Into the wind, yeah. That's a little bit of a cross breeze now. Now it's kind of swirling. It's kind of behind us, going east to west, but then it'll kind of swirl and go back.
I think maybe you get another 5 or 10 yards on this play and then try to go deep a little bit more for Clayton.
So now the Lions put trips on the far side. Christian Corley, the lone receiver, on the near side. A lot of defensive guys back deep. Here's Clayton Sebecki looking to pass. Throws it deep. Looking for Ben Wagner. And it's out of bounds. And the clock has expired.
Sebecki's catch is out of bounds.
That's the ball game.
The clock is at 0. Forward Christian wins in a thriller on homecoming against the Grapevine Faith Lions. These two teams always play great games here at Barrow Field.
Well, Jack, if I don't say it, I'm going to regret it, and I'm going to sound like a sore loser. But if you're a Cardinal fan, I wouldn't hang your head high on this one, because you had some really, really dirty shots.
Yeah,
you won the game. You won the game. You won the game. Fine, ball game. But I lost count after about the 5th or 6th cheap shot by a Cardinals player, and it was completely unnecessary.
I think when they look back at this film, it's going to be that way. I think you're going to see a lot of stuff on that cheap shots on the field. The problem you have this year with Sebecki at quarterback, he's D1 sign. He plays everywhere. He's really good. He's going to have a target on his back all year long.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, if I was Bobby Holland before every game, I'd start making a mention to the refs. Please watch the late hits.
Yep.
I'm not asking you to make a call that's not there. Just please watch the late hits. That's all I'm asking you to do.
Yep. Well, our final here, Fort Worth Christian Cardinals 55, your Grapevine Faith Lions 52. I'll say this, Jack. So you're coming out of 2 losses. You needed to put points on the board, which you did. You put up 52 points. Your defense was on the field a long, long time. And Clayton Sebecki played one of the most incredible individual performances that I've seen from any position. Receiver, running back, quarterback, defensive player. Just an absolutely incredible game by Clayton Sebecki.
Oh, you say that every week, Steve. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
I mean every week the kid surprises you with more yardage, more passing, better play.
Yeah.
I mean, he gives it his all, and I'm really, it really is nice to see. Well, you know what? We're gonna take a week off. You and I will do our ice baths together, and we'll be back in 2 weeks over at Tyler, and always a good game out in Tyler. I'm looking forward to that, Steve.
Yep.
I already have a place picked out for us already. So
okay, good.
We'll get out there early. We'll have a Coke, some pizza.
He's already a pitcher of Coke. Says Mark
pitcher
Edwards.
at Pizza Hut out there. There's a really neat place called Pizza Hut out there in Tyler. We'll hit. So,
well, Coach Holland giving final words to his players here. We're about to sign off here, folks. We really appreciate you. Again, folks, apologize. We did everything we could electronically here and from a technical standpoint to keep the broadcast going, and we had some hiccups, and we apologize for that, out of our control. We apologize for the Mixler feed not being up and ready. We will have that ready in 2 weeks as well. So they're off next week. In 2 weeks, we'll be at Tyler Grace. So for Jack Wharton, this is Steve Anthony saying so long. Final score, Cardinals 55, your Grapevine Faith Lions 52. You've been watching Grapevine Faith Lions football on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network.